ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
What's up, bro? Spike, Ravens fan, represent. Ready to get this draft started, man.
Hell no, man. Get out of here, man. We got a Ravens fan in the flock now. I don't like it. The energy feels off. Another host that we have representing the New York Giants, man's looking snazzy, welcoming Jason Zegan. How you doing, brother?
What up, boys? How you doing?
Good, man. Welcome.
Happy draft night.
So long announcing that pick, but I'm glad they went Fields.
Andy Dalton just got paid a free $10 million, but he lost his job.
Oh, you're right about that. Andy Dalton, he was pronounced the starting quarterback like 2 weeks ago.
Bye-bye, Andy.
We were just talking about this, how there's no
give him a year to
loyalty.
sit behind Andy Dalton? I don't know.
Bye-bye, Andy.
Oh, my Lord.
Bro, it's about correcting our mistakes, bro.
With the fourth pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. 4-0, baby. 4-0, baby. We're on a roll. Good decision, fellas. Whoever picked Kyle Pitts, you guys are smart men. Hey, check this out. And then sends him back to the crowd. They're like,
Hey, take a look at the pick. You're the first Bengal fan to know.
what happened, Johnny? He's like, you'll see.
Here we go.
Three, two, one.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here. They're gonna need to send in the National Guard, a fucking SWAT team, because I ain't going nowhere.
I got some Rick T, from the field to the big leagues. Bang Moody from the three, I'm like KD. #1 draft pick, you should pick me. You ain't considered the GOAT if you don't got a ring. Eric and Jello like Brady throwing it to AB. My team a home run with more stars than the Yankees. Now we getting cocky. Had to put my goals on ice like Sidney Crosby. No, they can't stop me. Got my swing on the bat, put my team on my back. You can get all the games, all the stats, and all the facts. This ain't Stephen A or Max. Too sharp to get skipped, and you can't dispute that. This a duck put back. If you ever take an L, then we gotta run it back. If you coming here for sports, then you never coming back. That's real, homie, for real. It's a zero, Damian Lil. Now I'm pulling up from the logo. Bang, making them feel. Grinding to get the deal, get your family in the hills. Get focused, put your work in on the court and on the field. That's real, homie, for real. It's a zero, Damian Lil. Now I'm pulling up from logos. Bang, making them feel. I got some Rick T, from the field to the big leagues. Bang Moody from the three, I'm like KD. #1 draft pick, you should pick me. You ain't considered the GOAT if you don't got a ring. You ain't considered
And we are live. Welcome everybody to the Rick T Podcast, Season 2, Episode 7. I'm your host, Eric Holmes, host of the Rick T Podcast and the Talk Your Talk Show. And today we have a lot going on, man. Joining us alongside with me today, we got the usual Justin Sanchez, Jello Rexroad, Tony Cave, and a very special guest, man, host of Between Two Urns, Jigga Man Porto, man. What's up, y'all?
How you doing?
Oh, Frankie!
Frankie, say hello to everybody. Come on, Frankie. Give it to him, Frankie!
Frankie! My boy Frankie, how you feeling after the, New York Knicks going down? And this isn't to you, Jigga Man. We're gonna get your opinion. I'm just asking Frankie personally. Frankie, I know it must be rough, going out the way the Knicks did. So, man, I really feel for you, Frankie, man. I hope we can get past that. But, man, like I said to everybody, welcome to the Rick T Podcast, man. I'm so glad to have you on, Jigga. We've been wanting to talk to you for such a long time. You and Frankie coming on the show is a milestone for us for sure, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. Frankie and I are a little upset, though. We see the nice setup in the back. He invites us on Sunday to work, but he doesn't invite us to the pool party. What's going on here, Eric?
I wasn't even invited to the pool party. My girl and my daughter, they said, we're going to have mimosas by the pool today. It's Sunday. The weather is nice, but you can't come. I said, next best thing is setting up at the table next to it, I guess. So here I am.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
You know what I'm saying? Justin, Jello, Tony, how you guys doing this morning?
Good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm well, man. I'm very well. Tony, how you feeling? Welcome back, brother.
Thanks, man. It's good to be back. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, man. Excited to get started. Justin, you're usually here every week, so nothing new with you. I'm always love to have you back on. Welcome to the show, man. But today we're going to get started with a lot of games. We have a lot of games, man. If you guys have seen Between Two Urns, my boy Jigga here does games with everybody. Him and Frankie put everybody in a game. So I'm putting you guys in a game today. This first game is called Who Baby This? Who Baby This?
Who baby this?
Who baby this? Frankie, you hear that? Who baby this?
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
This, Frankie, we got this. All right.
So the concept of the game is I'm going to pull up a picture of one player, specific player from a specific sport. And honestly, I just want to get your guys' takes on the first thing that pops into your head, whether it's good, bad, evil, sweet. It does not matter. So I just want to get your guys' opinions. We'll go in order. We'll just go around the horn, but we are going to start with Frankie and Jigga first in every single one of these pictures, man. So first off, we'll start with this one. And I'm excited to get started with this, man. Hearing your opinion. I know Frankie and Jigga, you guys are Jets and Knicks fans, correct?
Correct. You got it.
Then let's get started. What do you think, Jigga and Frankie, when you see this picture?
So did baseball work out for you, pal? All right, let's try being a tight end. How you doing? I hear the dude got jacked, though.
He is a little swole. I didn't want to show his biceps on screen too hard, but man, Tim Tebow is looking good, man. But yeah, like you said, baseball, did it work out for you, man? Tony, swinging it to you, man. How are you feeling on this picture?
I have a lot of mixed emotions as a Broncos fan. I don't really know. I'm just going to go with confusion. Confusion's a good feeling for me on that one.
Okay.
Lil J6 says in the chat, the man, the myth, the legend is back. I think we all know who he's talking about here. Tony Cave. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. I think he's talking about Tony Cave, baby. Maybe Frankie. I think Frankie and Jigga. No, the man, the myth, the legend, man. Shout out to who is that?
Yeah, how you doing? Can I fire you? I like when the people show up.
Dude, I love when people come and support the show for the first time, man. Fire Jim, welcome to the Rick T Podcast, Season 2, Episode 7, man. Welcome. Lil J with the laughing faces. He also said that New York accent, and I think we know who he's talking about here.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Shut up, Frankie.
It's gotta be
always
Frankie.
Stealing my thunder. All right, calm down, Frankie.
That's crazy. So, Jello, swinging it to you, man. How do you feel when you see this picture?
All I got to say is we got Manning instead. We won Super Bowl 50. He played some Mets baseball. Didn't look too good. Now he's with the Jaguars. Jesus gave him muscles now, so we'll see how this one goes. So,
Justin, swinging it to you, man.
I see hope, man. I see this guy, Tim Tebow. You know what picture really comes into my head? That Florida picture where he was playing, I think like Boise or something. He hops up. He has all that red dirt. Looks like blood all over him. He looks like he literally like ran through somebody. Has all that like red dirt all over him. You know what I mean? Like Tebow's a hard player. Now, looking back, he worked out in football. The guy won a playoff game. Not a lot of quarterbacks run a playoff game. He did hosting, and then commentary, and then once he did commentary, then, played some baseball. Baseball didn't work out for him. Now he's playing as a tight end. The guy's got opportunities, good or bad, or, people are going to hate on him, but I think I see hope here. Like, I hope to see Tebow do good just for it be like, I got Tebow as my tight end on fantasy. You know what I mean?
Tim Tebow.
Like, I got Tebow as tight end on my fantasy. Like,
I just got to throw this out there, too. He had one killer trainer at tight end at Florida, so I just had to get that one out there for a second.
He had one killer tight end.
Should have.
Can you show the picture of his leg again?
Of course.
Let me tell you. Frankie and I, we always skip leg day. So Tebow's definitely got us beat there. Look at that. That's a fantastic leg right there. How you doing?
That is a beautiful leg, bro. I'm not going head first into that thing.
The guy should be a punter.
Oh,
hey, there's always another option.
Doesn't work. It's there.
Honestly, though, if he got to be a punter before Marquette King, bro, I would march right down to Goodell's office.
I mean, he got to be, back in the league before Kaepernick, but that's for a different day. Frankie, Jigga, swinging this next picture to you, and this one might hit a little more home. What are you thinking when you see Mark Sanchez?
So, for me and Frankie, we see game manager, we see playoff winner, but we know what everybody else sees. I refuse to say it out loud. I'm pretty sure one of your three other guys hit Frankie. They're going to say it, Frankie. Go ahead.
Butt fumble.
We'll never live it down. But listen, he was the best looking butt fumble ever in the NFL. So we got that to our credit. High five, Frankie.
Hey, my guy Derek Carr, man, he got tackled. So that's what I'll say about the guy Mark Sanchez. Obviously, I'll say it for everybody. Butt fumble. My guy Derek Carr, right there in the screen here. He got tackled, dropped the ball, fumbled it, booted the ball back. I know you guys seen that play.
I think we all seen the play. I was watching it live, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, did that just happen? He's like, yeah, that just happened. Frankie, show us a little bit more about or Jigga and Frankie, show us a little bit and tell us a little bit more about the sticks. What does that mean?
So, certain people like to call out our chicken leg situation over here because we skip so many leg days. So we're going to leave the sticks away, all right? I rub these things together too fast when I run. I start a fire. How you doing?
I said show.
Why you think we only show Frankie up top? This dude's jacked looking like this, but we don't show the legs. We just don't do it.
Jacked, baby. Frankie, K-Shirt 97. Welcome to the show.
Doing? Hey, that's a good friend of mine right there. Stathead. Check that dude out on Twitter. The man's amazing when it comes to football stats. Appreciate you, Kyle.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome to the show, Casher 97. Love having supporters, even when it's of Jigga and Frankie. Love having them. Welcome to the show. Let's continue on. Showed you guys the picture of Mark Sanchez. Jigga said game manager. And me and Justin talked about this last night when I said I'm going to put the picture of Mark Sanchez up there, and he's going to be a Jets fan and do what Matt Faraci did. And he's going to say, this guy, he won us 2 AFC championships. He did this, he did that, he did this. But everyone else knows the reality of Mark Sanchez outside of a fan of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see the reality of it, but I don't know. We'll move on. I'll wait for my turn. Tony, how you feeling about Mark Sanchez in the Jets jersey?
Butt fumble. Nothing much else to say. Just like you said, that's what he's known for if you're not Jets fans.
Butt fumble stat head. Hey, sorry, I had to show a little bit of love in the chat. Jello, swinging it to you, my brother. How are you feeling about this?
So I can't call him butt fumble because we have new ownership when it comes to butt fumbles. Anybody see Travion Williams do it last year? Man went straight. Man was standing straight up when he ran into that big ass. Like he didn't even bend over nothing. He just ran straight into it. He's the new owner of it. And as a Broncos fan, can I hate on Sanchez a little? Not really. I mean, he played for us, but he didn't do anything bad for us. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, he did a lot of good there. I know that butt fumble will live down in infamy, but there's new ownership, so we got to start getting that one going. So I can't hate on him. I mean, he didn't.
Frankie,
really,
I think that was a great answer.
He could have been a lot worse. Let's just put it that way. So he made a lot. He made a lot of money for that butt fumble too. So in the end of it, so.
Gasher said Mark Sanchez carried by an amazing run game and defense, ruined by a poor coaching and Vince Wilfork. Oh,
hey, stats. Way to go. I agree.
You're right. Hey, like you said, he's on his stats. That's hella stats. So I appreciate that too. Justin, swinging this last one to you, man. How are you feeling about Mark Sanchez?
Mark Sanchez. Well, like I said butt fumble, but I can't really hate on him because I'm an OU guy. So
your last name is literally Sanchez.
Yeah, my last name is Sanchez. I mean, it was kind of a hope. You know what I mean? That I was like, oh, Sanchez in the NFL? Like, oh shit. It's cool. Because most of the time they're punter or, you never see a DB Sanchez. You never see, maybe you might see a lineman or a defense lineman. But, for him to be a quarterback, I was pretty excited that his last name is Sanchez. But, yeah, man, I mean, Mark Sanchez kind of, like Stathead said there, kind of washed out.
I like it. Cameron Gordon in the chat says Sanchez was criticized by Pete Carroll for leaving early, right? Then Pete left for Seattle. That is correct. Pete, that's a college coach thing, man. If you're into college football, you know that. They'll do anything they can to keep you this year. It's all about year for college players and college coaches and stuff like that, because once they move on, they move on. Nate the Great says, I want to see McWirt in the NFL. I think we all do, but we'll see how that plays out. Going on to the next picture, though, and this one is a little more current, Jigga. So this one's more of like a how are you going to feel? How do you think you're going to feel? But how do you feel when you see Zach Wilson?
I feel like I'm about to watch the most amazing episode of a new Disney series called I Made It on an NFL Team During High School.
He's got the baby face, no facial hair.
Listen, I mean, as a Jets fan, to see the moves that we're making, we're building, right? It's not an overnight thing. We all understand that. But the kid can play, and the kid can sling it. And I think it'd be great if we start winning a lot of games, and you got to show a 13-year-old's face every time, like you just got beat by a 12-year-old. How you doing?
And
I'm excited about this.
He's got the nice
I'm excited.
teeth.
Did you see him last night at the Islanders game?
I didn't.
No, I didn't catch that.
Oh, my God. The whole team's there. They're chugging beers. He's sitting there celebrating. And the only thing I could think of is, did they card him?
Yeah, ID, sir, please. The whole
right?
team.
You know he had to send somebody to get that drink for him because he comes to the thing. I'm like, that's a fake ID, sir. It's not happening. It's not happening.
I don't care if he's with the team. I'm not serving him that. Go ahead and ask.
This is my job, people. My job.
I don't care who it is. I'm not losing my job. But that was a great answer, honestly. I think Zach Wilson's great too. I think we're about to see a lot of amazing things. Tony, how do you feel when you see Zach Wilson, old baby face, like Jigga said, man, in high school? He looks like Zac Efron in a Jets uniform.
Well, I get the criticism for baby face a lot, especially from you guys, because I can't grow no facial hair. So I love this kid. I love the fact, hey, get me off. Nah.
I had to show people the facial hair. Look at even Frankie has chest
hair. If you need some, Tony, I've got availability right here for you, bro. We get the nice little Howie Mandel thing going on. We'll be all right.
Hey, I like
rubbing it.
I like it. But nah, in all honesty, I love his game. I'm a fan. I honestly wish we would have taken him for the Broncos and gotten Locke out of there, but we're kind of stuck where we're at. I really like the game, and he showed out on his pro day, so I'm excited to see what he can do.
Well said, sir. Wilson looks like a Ken doll. Lawrence looks like Prince Charming from Shrek. As a Patriots fan, Mac Jones looks like the most generic white guy. That was honestly well said. Honestly, that was deep, but that was very well said.
I don't think anybody's arguing with that statement at all.
No, yeah.
we got Chef Nancy here. Chef Nancy, how you doing? Yo, look at this.
Whoa.
Look at this.
Now, I'd like to point out again, the four of us were put to work while he's enjoying the pool, and this is crazy, Eric.
I truly feel like I'm on a little vacation. Like, what's going on here? You know, I feel like
Frankie's grin is not a happy one right now. Honestly, I could see it all over his face. Frankie's not happy with you, Eric. You want some of that?
Take it easy, Frankie. We already committed to doing the show, Frankie. It's all right.
There he goes.
Wouldn't that be some stuff if I was like, guys, check your front doorsteps, and it was like McDonald's breakfast? Then what would you say?
Now he's giving us hypotheticals. Imagine how cool it would be. Thanks. Now we're all starving to death. Appreciate it. It's great. It's awesome. Frankie, just relax, Frankie. I know you got so much you want to say. Just calm down. We're guests.
Frankie, come on now, man. Frankie, come on now, man. Let's be friends. Fire Jim said, I kind of face that you forget almost immediately. It's all right, Tony. Just get some beard oil.
Just woke up, boys.
What up, Ziggy? My boy Zig. Lil J6. Hey, Tony, do you read this? You reading this? He said get some beard oil.
It's all right, Tony. Just get some beard oil. You know, I've tried everything under the moon, and none of it seems to work for me. So
he gone.
Tried it, bro.
Okay, sorry, come back. Don't leave us.
The dog out.
The facial. Oh, okay. All right.
Y'all puts a fake beard on. He puts a fake beard on.
No, I was letting my dog out.
Cameron Gordon, with Zach Wilson being ranked the number 3 quarterback behind Lawrence and Fields, which rookie will win more division games? That's a great question, and I'm going to let Jigga answer that first. I just do want to point out all three of them are kind of in a tough division. Justin Fields kind of has it maybe a little bit easier because Aaron Rodgers is possibly on his way out, but they are all in a very tough division. So, Jigga, what are you thinking about that specific question? Who do you think wins more divisional games?
So I agree with you there, right? It depends on what happens with Aaron, right? If he's still there, then obviously Fields isn't going to get that opportunity. You know, Lawrence and Zach, they both got a lot they got to deal with in divisions that are getting tougher, you know? As a Jets fan, of course, I want to root for Zach to do it, but, you know, I'm going to be happy if he gets about 6 or 7 wins. That's what I'm hoping for, you know? Anything's progress from last year. But I think if the O-line can hold it together, Zach Wilson's going to shock a lot of people, so I'm going to go ahead and put my money on the Jets. Zach Wilson, how you doing?
And to be honest, I think it's a toss-up between Justin Fields and Zach Wilson. I definitely don't think Trevor Lawrence is just going to go down there in Jacksonville and tear it up. I think he has 2 easy wins this year, and they're Houston. Houston and Houston. He plays Houston twice a year. Those are his 2 easy wins. Every other game for him.
Tebow starts whipping out those legs and running, and all of a sudden he's scoring touchdowns, I'm going to be scared.
Let me ask you, Jigga, are you picking Tebow in fantasy? Is that possible for you if you're playing fantasy football? Is it possible for you to pick Tebow?
Is it possible? If he's still available at some point, very late, maybe.
Great answer.
If he was using his legs to catch, definitely.
Definitely. I'm going for him in the first round, baby. Cameron Gordon said, great answer, Jigga, and I completely agree. I think that was very, very well said. Who was I on with the whole Zach Wilson thing? Who was I on?
Jello.
Swinging it to you, my brother. How you feeling about Babyface here?
I mean, you know, I'm not his biggest supporter, just what I saw in college. I mean, as a stat guy, yeah, his stats were good. It's just the teams he played, I think, is where we're going to see struggles out of a few quarterbacks. Even quarterbacks down the line, possibly like Ian Book and so on and so forth. But I mean, I like what the Jets did with picking up different receivers like Corey Davis, stuff like that. If they can get everybody healthy there, Jamison Crowder is going to be an interesting one there. So I'm interested to see, though. I mean, they got who they drafted the other kid out of North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, Michael Carter, I think it was.
Yeah.
At running back. So I think
the kid's a monster.
To get together.
Yeah,
I like
he's a beast.
I like the 6 to 7 wins. I think they could pull out 8 just with their schedule. They're going to run into some struggles with Buffalo. I think it's going to be the biggest one this year. I'm not really worried about the Patriots for them. The Patriots added all these players, but who knows how it's going to come together. The amount of money they paid for Johnny Smith and stuff like that. So, and the Jets defense picked it up. I liked, was it Ashton Davis, what he did to Newton last year? Newton's going to be a little scared this year coming into that. So, I'm not the biggest Wilson supporter, but hopefully he just makes me eat my words at that point. So, but when it comes to stats, I think he'll be number 2 behind Lawrence. Because I like Fields, but Chicago, I mean, you got Allen Robinson. You don't have anything outside of that. I mean, Riley Ridley's not been a big name. Anthony Miller's been on the chopping block. You have Montgomery, but he's not really a catch and run. He's more of a, run and push kind of guy. So I think Wilson will be number 2 behind Lawrence. And I think his stats will be better than people think. I'm just a hater sometimes.
You are. I was just about to say you were just smacking on the Bears a little bit, but you had the Bears in the Super Bowl last year, and Jalen saying he agreed, and I'm like, this is a weird 60 seconds that just happened.
And at that point, I was just I was more pumped because people hate on Trubisky, and that's where I think the Bills killed it. We'll throw it out there. They got Trubisky for $2 million, and then the Bears gave up Fuller to save $14 million, gave him to the Broncos to pay Dalton $10 million to trade up and draft Justin Fields.
The life. That's the life.
The Bears' decisions just make me laugh a lot of the time.
The life of a billionaire. Justin, swinging it to you, man. Right after this comment, talking smack on Belichick like he's about to go 10-6. He might go 9-7.
That's 4 games for them. 4 games.
They go 7-9.
I was about to say 10-6 sounds way high for me. 9-7 at best. But we'll talk about the Patriots right after these next couple pictures. Justin, how do you feel about Babyface?
All right, man. So who babied this? Not your baby, Jello. This baby here. But who babied this here? I think that's the Combine's baby. You see it every year in the Combine. There's this quarterback who, I'm not saying Zach Wilson wasn't electric and he didn't play very well in college. Like, I'm not going to take that away. He really was a good college player, but there's always that 1 or 2, 3 QBs that just grind and show really good skills and potential in the Combine where these scouts go. And I think maybe these scouts get too many looks at too many different players, and then they say, boom, see one play that rolling out at the pro day where he throws it, 65, 70 yards, just looking like Mahomes out there, you know what I mean? They see that and they say, okay, well, he looks like Mahomes. And if you watch some clips, he kind of does. He runs like Mahomes. He throws out of the pocket. So I think he's like the Combine's baby. You know what I mean? He showed himself, proved himself in college, yes, but he really shined in the Combine, and that's what gave him the upper hand on, quarterbacks like Mac Jones and Justin Fields, who were that guy in college. But Zach Wilson wasn't like the face like Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. You know what I mean? He kind
went
of
to BYU.
Outlier almost. But now the guy from BYU is going to lead the Jets to, they're going to hopefully turn him around from what the past couple seasons have been. So I'm excited for him, but I definitely think it's the Combine that, he really went and showed out. So, yeah, man, that's the Combine's baby.
And that was honestly
Eric,
a great
can
answer.
I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
If you technically did like a lineup right now, and you put Jello Skids and Zach Wilson all on the lineup, you have a problem picking out which one's the starting quarterback. I'm just saying.
You guys, we were talking about baby faces. All of a sudden I look up and they're both just staring and smiling at me from outside the door.
You're like, this is weird.
So I was like, yeah, here we go.
You're like, Zach Wilson, get over here. Get over here. Sit on my lap.
Now you can look at Deacon's forehead.
Oh God! For those of you who don't know, Zach Wilson literally looks like he's about 9.5. So it's crazy. It will get a little deep. What up, Deacon? I'm like, Deacon, what up?
That plays in perfectly with who baby this. That's you.
Literally, who baby this? Who baby this?
Who baby this? My child. This is my twin right here.
Who baby this?
Jello, one thing I do realize between the difference of your kids, and there's nothing wrong with it, but they have such different hair.
Yeah, so
Deacon has like straight hair, Beckham has curly, like red hair.
Yep. Oh, there goes my camera.
And I don't remember what your hair looks like. I haven't seen it since 2016.
I mean, it's there. It's just long and it grows out too quick. So I had curly hair as a kid, but like it's kind of like everywhere.
Whoa!
Hey,
but
I think Jill is here.
Yep.
Jill.
Remember? The Mari Stoudemire fan.
Oh, Jill. Oh, Jill. I was like,
comment.
Jill. Who the is Jill? Is that J. Kolb?
That might be J. Kolb. So
J. Kolb, if you're Jill, go ahead and drop a bang bang in the chat. You see Jello holding a Mari Stoudemire ball right there. One more comment before we move on from the Zach Wilson. Wilson's career, 30 games, 19, 9-7, 652, 9.1 yards averaged 67.6, 56 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. 2018, 1,500 yards, 12 interceptions, 12 TDs, 3 interceptions, 4 for 3. 2019, 2,300 yards, almost 2,400, 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 2020, 36, 3 touchdowns, interceptions.
Hold on,
33 touchdowns.
Jeez, it sounds like he got worse.
That last season, I mean, those interception numbers came down. The win ratio was up. I mean, if we get 2020, Zach Wilson, the Jets are happy as can be.
Honestly, I read it wrong. You're completely right, Jigga. I was like, 3 touchdowns. How did he do that in his last year? What did he play? 2 games? I was all confused. 33 touchdowns. Yeah,
Frankie's like, he's about to cut your feed. You corrected him on his own show. I'm sorry, Eric. It won't happen again.
Frankie. Just calm down, man. I feel like our relationship got off on the wrong hand when my chef brought me some food.
Well, if you hear the noises his stomach is making right now, you'd understand. All right.
I'm sorry, Frankie. Moving on, man. Jigga, couple more pictures that I do want to show you, and then we'll move on to some real sports talk. How do you feel when you see this picture?
Come on now.
Oh,
it's Spike. Come on. If you can't say nothing bad about Spike, come on now. You know, it's
no.
Whether you love the man, hate the man, it's still Spike. Come on. Now, I will say the color coordination on sideline days. Oh my gosh. The way he pulls on the orange, the whole outfit. I mean, you know, I've got the orange thing going on too, but way to go, Spike. Always going to be my guy, hands down.
Spike Lee is the biggest New York Knicks fan ever. Will forever be. So Spike out here showing love every Knicks fan feels.
Hey, can I talk to your production crew? At this point, I think we shut Kyle up. Hey, Kyle, what are you doing? Let's not get this guy too angry. I need him for my show tonight, all right?
Can I talk to your production crew? Let's shut this guy up. Tony, how are you feeling? I know you're a bigger basketball fan. How are you feeling about this?
I freaking love Spike. Never been a fan of New York basketball, but you can never go wrong with Spike. He has good days, he has his bad days. But, I mean, he's always there showing love for his team, and I respect that. So,
love it. Jello, how you feeling when you see Spike?
One word only. Dedication. That's for sure. How many big fans of like this where teams have lost for years and years and they still stuck around and they still supported it more than anybody? So it's just dedication there.
Yeah, I completely feel it. Justin, how you feeling?
And Sunday is Spike Lee movie day. You know what I mean? Spike Lee joint. So I got respect for him.
I completely agree with you. Spike Lee is a legend in my book as well. That's all I can think of when I see him is legend.
And just to clarify, man, like they said, LeBron left a little early. He had to go to the bathroom. Spike Lee left a little bit early, man. He didn't want to run into all that traffic. You know how it is when you go to an event. You don't want to hit the traffic.
I get it.
He came back, did he not? Didn't he just come right back?
Yeah, I think he did.
I don't know.
He did. All right. He went. He off camera, he threw a couple of things, started ripping people new ones, and then he came back and looked calm and collective.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess I should say,
Yeah, they said there's a big size hole in the wall where he punched it, and then he came back smiling. So,
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true. Frankie told me that.
I don't understand why he doesn't have like his own freak out room in the stadium already. He's been there for like 28 years. Like, get this guy his own room.
He does. It's called the locker room.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, go in the coach's office and just do what you got to do.
Do whatever you want, bro. Just do whatever you want.
True story.
Just don't hit Julius Randle too hard. That's all we ask.
All right.
Oh, Frankie, you think Julius Randle's soft?
I'm a huge Randle fan, but what happened with that series? That's all I'm saying.
He didn't show up. I mean, look, point blank, guys. When you look at what the Knicks did, first of all, before the season started, they had us at what, like 21 wins? Yeah, so as a Knicks fan, to come back and almost double that was the how you doing, all right? All of us Knicks fans, were we excited about the playoffs? Of course we were. Did we see ourselves winning it all? Of course our fingers were crossed. We had what, number 4 defense pretty much all season?
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't show up to a game, you shoot. I mean, even that last game, I mean, we shot like 37%, right? Our guys weren't showing up. Our defense wasn't there. But as a Knicks fan, guys, at the end of the day, the season that we had, it was hope. All right. And if Julius Randle plays like he did all season, he showed he's a star, right? And needs to step up his playoff games. Obviously, we need that step up. We need the defense, but our young boys, we've got some weapons there. They're showing up. I mean, look at Quickly, Barrett. I mean, we've got a lot of pieces. I'm excited to see what they do in the offseason, but I don't jump too far ahead. I want to see the rest of the playoffs, see what happens here, and then we'll go into offseason mode. But I think for Knicks fans, they brought hope back to us again. It's going to be an exciting time again for us to get back to the playoffs over and over again.
And the Knicks were great.
So I want to touch base a little bit.
Huh?
Sorry, Jello. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But I do want to touch base on that because Julius Randle came out here and he won Most Improved Player of the Year.
Yes, sir.
And at this point in the career, you really don't see guys winning Most Improved Player of the Year. That's really for sophomore players, guys coming into the second or third year. You know what I'm saying? So I actually, like I said, I've never been a huge Knicks fan. However, I do see you guys making another run. But if you guys run into Trae Young, you guys are going to have another problem next year, just like you had this year.
I got Trae, baby.
Yeah,
the kid's a little monster. All right. I mean, most teams are still trying to figure out ways how to cover this dude. I mean, he's all over the place. The worst is when you see your defense running back. You got everybody here, and then he just runs right down the middle past everybody. You're like, where did he come from? Frankie yelled so many times. He's like, if that guy was taller,
if that guy was taller. That cracks me up.
Calm down, Frankie.
That's killing me, man. I'm going Nuggets in 6 versus the Suns. It's like Jello and Nate are like 1-1. Look at his name, Nuggets in 6.
Nuggets
I
Nation,
can't.
baby, stand up.
Over the Suns, man. We'll get into that in a little bit, man. Moving on. My boy KSher 97 was talking about his Patriots earlier in the chat. So we're going to talk a little bit about Cam Newton and what the hell he was saying this week, man. He said, never needed your validation, but one thing you'll know, or one thing about me, I'm going to figure it out, baby. I'm a fucking work. He also said, I would not have wanted it any other way. I'm used to this feeling. I'm not new to this feeling. Jason McCourty on Cam Newton. He said, whether it's 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m., he's already here. And when you're getting ready to leave, you see him with some Patriots gear on doing something. And then the one more thing, Patriots special team Matthew Slater on Cam Newton. He also said, I'm sitting on the plane and this guy is studying his playbook the entire 6-hour flight out here. So I want to ask you guys personally, do you guys think Cam Newton, and Cam Newton's always been the one to talk. We all know that's what he does is talk. But he used to back it up. But now coming off a down year, coming off of kind of, the backside of the mountain of his career, do you guys think that Cam Newton and all this talk, do you think he can back it up, man? So we'll start with you, Jigged. What do you think about everything Cam Newton is saying? Do you think he'll prove it, or do you think he's got quite, some things going on his hands with Mike McCorkle Jones?
So, I mean, here's the thing. Cam Newton is a talent, all right? The guy can play ball. But he's been on that downward spiral, right? There's no question if Cam's work ethic is there. You see that every year. There's never in the offseason you're not hearing about whether it's rehabbing, working his face off, at the gym all the time, on the field. So no one questions the work ethic. The problem is it going to convert over into the season? He struggled last year. He keeps running into little injuries. You can learn the playbook as much as you want. You can work out all day long. But if it's not happening in game time, you're running into that same Cam Newton situation that we've seen the last couple of years.
Exactly, and especially with a young buck like Mike McCorkle Jones right behind him coming out of Alabama, first-round draft pick. Like, dude, you got to play your game. You can't go out there and, like Jello loves to bring up, he threw 90 yards in a game. Like, I remember 60. The game finished 60, 90, something like that. The game finished, and it was like Cam Newton's stats, 9 for 11, 90 yards. Like, what? Like, how did you go out there and throw 90 yards? I guarantee if he does that this year, he's sitting on the bench.
You mind if I tell you a quick Cam Newton story? I'll make it super fast.
No, please do.
So, we live here in the Charlotte area, all right? Mm-hmm. So when he was with the Panthers. So I used to walk to work in the morning with the guys. We'd park. We'd walk downtown. And for 2 weeks straight, I'd see Cam riding his little moped, right? The thing is decked out. And he'd always, just say, what's up? Every time he'd say it, all the guys I was walking with were either in their phone or their heads down. I'm like, yo, you missed it. Cam just said, what's up? They're like, sure he did. Sure he did. This went on for 2 weeks. All right. Frankie's the only one that believed me. All right. So then one day it happens. I put my head down. Cam Newton says, what's up? And everybody else saw it. They're like, oh, Cam just said, what's up? I'm like, I said that for 2 weeks. What are you talking about? All right. Sorry. I still have harbored feelings about the situation. We can get past it now. Thank you for letting me have a moment. Thank you.
No, of course. I love that story. We needed that story here, bro. I completely agree. Tony, how you feeling about Cam Newton talking, saying what he's saying? Do you think it's going to translate or what's going to go now?
So, I mean, we can go back to previous episodes of this show and we can chalk me up on the board for every bad thing I've said about Cam Newton over the last 16 games that were played last season. In my opinion, like Jigga said, we know he has work ethic, but it's not transferring to the field. Eric's about to get raided, so that's going to be pretty cool to watch.
Guys, if a helicopter lands in my backyard, don't worry about it. Just keep the show going. Just keep the show going.
But like Jigga said, it's not transferring to the field. So, I mean, I'm going to stand by what I've been saying. You have 16 games in a bye week to get it together, and you spend those 16 games throwing less than 100 yards almost every game. So, I mean, we'll see if it plans out this year. I'm going to stand by my word for right now, though.
So I just do want to point this out. I didn't want to pop it up until you were done talking. Serge said Suns in 7, and I agree with him.
No. Good luck. The Lakers didn't match up.
So
with
who's
the
going to
Suns.
guard Jokic is what I want to know. Who's
Don't
guarding
get
Jokic?
Ayton.
Don't say
Ayton.
Jokic, Michael
Don't say
Porter,
Ayton.
Aaron Gordon.
He's going to get 8 up.
That's
Exactly.
fine, but he's still going to be guarding him.
Hey, guys. Hey, let's get back to Cam Newton here.
Okay, but
I'm sorry, that guy. I knew that was going to get like that.
Jello on fucking Jokic.
No, damn, Jello. He compared you to Ayton. That's either good or really bad for Ayton. I don't know. Either really good for you or
Bad
really
for
bad
Ayton,
for
good
Ayton.
Jello.
All right. Jeez. Who's guarding D Book? Serge says.
Oh,
Matt.
no.
Yo.
Where?
Julio. What?
Oh, is this the moment we all whip out our phone and verify
I'm
it?
gonna bet
Whoa,
Tennessee.
we go.
I'm gonna throw Tennessee out. I think it's Tennessee.
Titans or Colts?
I think it's gonna be
Colts?
Tennessee.
Shout out to Matt Faraci for breaking that news.
No, Matt. I know. I'm like,
Titans.
I knew it. I knew it.
We have a poll for that, Eric. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Literally, Justin he sent me a poll for where Julio going, and it was Titans or Patriots, and 67% voted on the Patriots, bro. I knew it. The day after he said, I want to be traded, and Julio and all, he's taking number 8. Whoa.
Mind blown.
AJ's not going to give him 11?
Hey, anybody watching this, you heard first here. No, he's not going to give him 11, bro. AJ Brown's got 11. Julio's going to have a new face with the Browns.
So let me go ahead and make a breaking take right now. For fantasy players right now, I guarantee Tannehill now is a top 3 quarterback for this year's 2021 season.
And
Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill shoots up. I don't know if A.J. Brown necessarily stays the same or shoots down a little bit.
I think he still shoots up.
Does Derrick Henry lose carries?
No.
No.
No. Henry won't lose anything.
Stop saying everybody's name. It's giving me angina. All right, this team sounds ridiculous. Can we just draft the Titans now in fantasy? Just draft the whole team. All right.
That's just the way it's going, bro. The Titans are going to be lethal, man.
Thank you, Matt Faraci, for breaking that. That's great.
Oh, Matt, that was like the first comment I seen you all day, and that's how it was. Like, bro, I appreciate you for that. For real.
Yo, he gave us that alert before Bleacher Report gave me my alert on the phone.
I'm saying Adam Schefter, who?
Matt's plugged in though. He's plugged in with the
world. Matt's an MLB content creator, so he's probably talking to a buddy on the shores of Alabama, and he's like, "Yo, did you just hear? My buddy just called me up and said he's Julio's agent, and they just made a big deal. He's on his way to Dubai right now. Where's he going?
What did Atlanta get out of Julio then?
Something.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. If anyone knows what the Atlanta Falcons got for
All right,
Julio.
we're waiting, Matt. Today, Matt. Come on, Matt.
I'm saying you got to be on it, Matt. Come on now, man. Supposedly a
second.
second. What? They didn't even get a first?
Second and a fifth round.
I told you that first
Yeah,
was
so-
with the
Swap
Julio.
of other picks.
Yeah.
So for everyone watching in the ASAP network, I told Freddie and all them the other day that Julio is not worth the first round, and they all called me a crackhead and thought I was crazy. And I was like, he's not. He's getting older. Like he's an impact, but he's not. I can name 10 receivers better than him right now, including AJ Brown. And they were like, what?
That last week, it was outlandish for a first round for him, and someone called me out on it.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But let's move on to a quick little game to end off hour one, man. This is a fun game. So this is the first time we're ever doing this. We call it Rick's Flicks. Rick's Flicks, another reaction game, but this one is with the videos. We have a couple crazy TikToks, a couple funny TikToks, and I just want to get everyone's quick reactions on, what they thought and just kind of how things are going. My pops, EW8045, he's not going to do nothing. He's washed up. You're a hater.
Not Julio, coach. Not Julio.
Tell me that my dad and Jalen are probably the biggest haters on this show.
If they don't go to the Dolphins or the Saints, it's not.
Hey, call in the show, Pops, if you want to talk some smack. Please call in right now. I'll go ahead and do it.
So here's the thing. Julio washed up is still a top 25 receiver in the NFL.
He's a top 15 receiver washed up, just not a top 10.
Exactly.
I think.
Washed up or not, he's still gonna get his catches, his touches. So
you guys saying Julio's washed up is disrespectful.
He's just injury prone. Like Lil J6 says in the chat right now, he's just injured all the time. That's fact. He played 7 games last year. So I don't know.
A healthy Julio, there's no washed up. I'm sorry. I mean,
fact.
it's Julio. And now he's on
Julio.
the Titans? Come on.
How's Frankie feel about that trade?
Frankie,
a Jets fan too?
Oh.
All right, we got a caller
Frankie said he
here.
approves.
We got a caller here, guys. Pops, talk to me.
What's up?
I said, talk to me.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're well. We're well. What you doing on this lovely Sunday morning?
Oh, just the normal. But now let's get back to Julio. You guys really think that he's gonna do something? For one, just like Jalen said, the guy is always hurt. First of all, they're not gonna give him all his catches that he got in Atlanta. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They might.
You guys really need to think about that. Okay.
No,
because
Corey,
I forget
Smith,
the other receiver's name on the other side.
AJ Brown.
What's the other guy's name? Yeah, AJ Brown. Shit, he's gonna get his.
I agree.
So,
all right.
So that's
Pops,
what I'm just to let you know that. And who was that who said something about the Dolphins? Jello, you know how I am, man. You gotta watch that.
I just had to. I was like, I would take my opportunity.
It's always Jello saying something about the Dolphins, and then you call in instantly, and you're like, "Hey, stop talking about my Dolphins."
All right, but let's start out this way. So in Atlanta, on the other side of Julio, you had Calvin Ridley. So
who's better, Calvin Ridley or AJ Brown?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I think they play very similar games at that point. So AJ Brown's going to get his, Henry's still going to get his, but you have Julio taking over for Jonnu and Corey Davis. So, I mean, he's going to get his touches. If Corey did and Jonnu did, Julio will. Whether he stays healthy or not, I think he'll do enough because Tannehill, I mean, being that player, I know why your dad's upset because, he's out of Miami now, but with that, Tannehill's become a better quarterback with these players. Their defense has definitely stepped up. So I think this is Julio's redemption year, like a most improved player award kind of year, for the fact that I think he does stay healthy this year. And that was me saying, too, he's not worth the first rounder. But once again, I want to be proven wrong. I'm going to say what I think is going to happen, but I hope I'm proven wrong in this situation because he deserves it. So I think it's the same thing, though. A.J. Brown's going to get his. It's just that comparison to Ridley. Ridley got more touches. Ridley had this. But I think it's just that big thing there where Julio's taken over for other players. They have a lot of low-end receivers there. The Titans even cut Adam Humphrey, so he is no longer with the organization. So you have to look at all those things, too, where there's so many touches out there to be had that it's his time for that. So he just needs, I guess, a younger team. He's a little bit of a younger quarterback there, 7-year difference between Ryan and Tannehill. So And I'm a big AJ Brown fan, but I think this team's about to be insane adding Julio for a second and a fifth. So I think they did great.
Great take. You heard all that, Dad?
Yeah, I heard it, but Jello, I just don't know. I don't know if Dolphins gonna beat the crap out of them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Jeez, that'll be tough. Well, Dad, appreciate you for calling in. I'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
All right, Pops.
Love you, son.
Thanks for
Talk to you
checking
later.
in. See ya,
Everyone
Pops.
said thanks for calling in.
What's that?
Everyone else said thanks for calling in.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good show.
Appreciate it. That guy there, biggest Dolphins fan I know. Ha. The chat's been going crazy. Falcons sending him to Tennessee. Matt Faraci said Falcons had Calvin Ridley too. It's the same thing, kind of agreeing with what Jello's saying. Serge saying Julio, all he needs is 3 to 5 catches a game. He's getting touchdowns every 10 to 20 catches, which is facts. I agree. He still go on the deep downfield. I can see that too. It'll get interesting. Jello just an AFC East hater.
I'm a Titan. I like the Titans. I'm a huge AJ Brown fan and Derrick Henry. So.
And that is
He's talking about the Dolphins. Oh, no, not really. I'm not hating on them, but I'm a big Will Fuller fan, and they got him. If we're talking about injured wide receivers there, but a buddy of mine, one of his best friends is Don Shula's grandson. So at that point, so I know a little bit about the Dolphins. But no, I love the Bills too. So I like the Bills. I like the Jets. I just got to hit on the Patriots and the Dolphins a little bit. But that's just because the opportunity has arisen. Same with the Saints. So I can just take my knowledge and talk a little shit a little bit from time to time. I got to take that.
Oh, yeah. Would love to have you on the show, brother. I would love to have you on the show, bro. He said he would be a great voice for the show. I would love to give him the opportunity to come here and speak his facts, man. Jig, man, hook it up, bro. Hook it up, plug him. You guys got to come back on the show.
Frankie, make it happen. All right, Frankie.
Come on, Frankie, get in the DMs.
Done. Frankie's already got it. We good.
But let's get to this game. Rick's Flicks, man. Let's get started. We got about 10 minutes left in hour one. So what I'm going to do, the concept of this game is I'm going to play a funny TikTok, a sports TikTok, and I just want to get your guys' reactions on what the hell you guys thought was going on, or what was your guys' reaction when you seen it. You know what I mean? So let's start off here with this one.
Straight up, 10 years ago, dog, I played for mine. Yeah. Right? 2-7 series, man. Coach, we lost 4-2, right? Right back where we was against the same team. Oh, hey, congrats, Coach. Congrats. Coach been coaching a long time. His first playoff series win.
Good times, man. Good times. Suns in the locker room after their Game 6 win. Jigga, how you feeling about that? What are you thinking?
So first, I love that the photo quality wasn't great. So it kind of looked like a Knicks jersey. So that was number one. Number two, why was the team so cheap? Why is everybody squirting water bottles? Where's the good old Gatorade stuff?
Yeah, where's the champagne?
All right, but it was hype, you know, for him to get the ball. Congratulations on the win. Not too shabby.
I love it. Tony, what are you thinking about that when you seen Chris Paul in the locker room?
I've always respected Chris Paul. He's always been a leader in the locker room, on and off the court too. I mean, he's always, you don't really see too much drama from him, and for him to take over and do the game time speech or post game speech for his coach, and that was a cool little video. I can respect it. Now I can't wait to see him get beaten 6.
I can't wait to see him get beaten 6. Jello, how you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm a huge Chris Paul fan. From when he played for the Hornets when they're still in New Orleans to the Clippers with Crawford, Griffin, Jordan, he's always been on these teams that have never been able to win. So would I like to see him win? Yes. Is it going to be this year? I don't think so. But I hope one of these years coming up he gets his ring and he gets to do what he gets to do. But Nuggets in 6 next. I think I love Chris Paul, but his injuries alone, when he's off the court, they struggle. And if Booker puts up points, yeah, it'll be like Lillard, but I don't think they have what it takes to take us down. But I don't know if he can stay healthy. I know that shoulder's been pretty messed up, and at his age with your rotator cuff, everything like that, I wonder how that's going to play against, because we have some hard-headed guards playing defense. So we'll see.
Gatorade compact with electrolytes and Rona.
I just saw that. God damn. He caught the Rona.
We're gonna get sued by Gatorade now.
I'm like, well, blame the
I do not
NBA.
endorse this
Should've been
message, Gatorade. I do not endorse this message.
But blame Adam Silver. That Gatorade should have been in that locker room. We all know it. We all know it. That's why the question. That's why the question was asked from Jacob. Where's the Gatorade? Jeez, it comes to everyone's attention.
Did
Justin,
Bruce Arians still get the Gatorade bath at the Super Bowl though? Technically,
yeah, they were outside though.
Oh, not inside.
I don't actually know if that was the reason. I'm just assuming. I really don't know. Justin, how you feeling when you seen Chris Paul in the locker room celebrating that Game 6 win?
Yeah, man. I think about it like, what if it was like the old days and they're all in there like post game, just knocked out one of the best, dynasties in NBA, and they're all just in there smoking cigarettes. Like, coach, can I get a light? Light him like that. Whenever he's like smoking cigars and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just imagine he's all happy. He's like, yeah, like, woo. Albert Ross was there in that fourth period, coach, but it's gonna be a good game.
He's all coughing. The cameraman's got a cigarette. He's all
yeah, but times have changed. You know what I mean? Guys aren't even drinking Gatorade anymore. All water.
Times have changed. There's not even Gatorade in the damn locker room anymore. It's weird. It's weird. All right, I love it, guys. Moving on to the second video. How you feeling about this?
Hey, she's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard. She can't take the pain, she can't get scarred. She hurt anyone that gets involved. Don't wanna commit, but take it this far.
I'm gonna play it one more time for you guys, just so you can get a quick view of that.
Hey, she's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard. She can't take the pain, she can't get scarred. She hurt anyone that gets involved. Don't wanna commit, but take it this far.
How you feeling about that, Jigga?
That girl can move. That just I don't know if that was like Photoshop together with the moves. But first of all, the jump and the change clothes, fantastic. All right, how you doing on that? But then the running through, I mean, listen, I'll tag her as the new Flash all day. Congratulations, track star.
Congratulations. She's a runner. She's a track star.
That
Tony,
was
how
a
you?
woman?
I don't know.
I thought that was a dude.
I really don't know.
I guess it didn't look hard enough, but
she's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run away when it.
Okay.
I would also like to say there's several teams that can use a nice defensive tackle, and I think she might rip it up. How you doing? If that's coming at me, I'm out. I'm playing possum.
Imagine you were running back, you get a pitch to the outside, you hit the corner, you have to slow down because the sideline's coming up, and you go to juke inside, and that guy is just, or that girl is just.
Man, he still didn't run as fast as LeBron did out of Game 5 though. So just saying. He looked. I mean, LeBron ran with that 6 minutes left. So
putting on for the big fellas, Matt loving it. That man fast.
Yeah.
It's a dude dressed as a girl. Matt saying, Tony, how you feeling on that?
Just like Matt said, putting on for the big dudes. We need some love over here. We got some speed. Don't count us out.
Jello,
same thing. I'm agreeing with it there. So you got to put on. We're quicker than people think we are. So which I'll take. I like when they think they're slower. So when they mess around and they try to do something, I'm quicker. They're done. It's game over. There we go.
Rico Collins. That's all I'm gonna say. Rico. Justin, how you feeling on that?
Yeah, man. So legend has it. She started up in Spokane, Washington, and she's running all the way down to Tallahassee, Florida. She's not stopping. She's running at that speed. Ever since that jump, she hasn't stopped. She's over in Missouri somewhere now.
Ever since that jump, her legs have been going. She's Forrest Gumping it.
For some reason, I was out of breath the second time you played it. The first time I was good. Then you played it again, and I was having heart palpitations.
You're like, stop running, please.
I know, Frankie. I'll calm down. I'm sorry. The video made me do it. Sorry.
I'm loving it, bro. Big fellas are the real athletes, Matt Faraci's saying, man. Moving on to the next video. Tell me what you guys are thinking on this one.
You always wanted to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition in a red bikini. Is that still a goal of yours?
That's going to be probably my biggest goal my whole career, and then hopefully can do that a few times. So,
do you ever feel the pressure to be both a model and a quarterback, or do you just say, hey, I'm pretty and I can throw rockets?
I think it's a little bit of both, keeping that perspective of setting expectations for yourself and really only focusing on those, and then just the outside noise, trying to not focus on any of that, which is difficult.
Last questions for all the fans out there in Jacksonville. Does Trevor Lawrence eat ass?
That's something that I've had some experience with over the past few years that I'm really actually grateful for now.
Trevor, you're going to fit right in Jacksonville.
Wow. Jigga, what's your takes on that one?
All right, so we'll talk about the beginning half. We're going to leave I'm not touching the last one, all right? Frankie and I, we have contracts. That one we're not touching, all right? But I will say, Trevor, if you want to go head-to-head with Frankie on who looks better in a red bikini, Frankie's game. How you doing? Come on, Trevor.
How you doing? Let's get it, Trevor. Let's get it. Let's get you on the show. Let's get Frankie on the show. We'll get you guys in red bikinis and we'll compare. We'll have a nice vote. I'll get you guys some runway music. Let's get it popping. Jeez, he might even get more fans.
He's in.
I know.
He's in.
I know Frankie's in. Frankie's showing his chest right now, making me a little jealous. Like, geez, man. Tony, how are you feeling on that one?
First of all, Eric, you need to calm down over there. Second of all, I just don't want to. I don't have contracts, but I don't want to touch that last part either. I'm going to leave that one alone. But yeah, I would watch Frankie and Trevor Lawrence in a bikini battle.
Justin, how you feeling?
How I'm feeling, man. They did Trevor Lawrence dirty. That was dirty, man. Like, they can do anything on the damn internet now, and they're doing it. They are doing it.
They can make things happen, man. Jello, how you feeling on that?
I mean, it seems like Eric got a little too excited about that last question, but I mean, they're talking about bikinis, yada yada. Just remember Joe Namath. They're going to start doing this with every player at this point. They're going to find some interview where they can just construe it, and it's going to get weird because people are weird as hell. So it's going to get real weird. So this probably isn't going to be the worst one that's going to pop up lately. So I still can't believe that last question popped up though. I was like, God damn, they really just doing this. Like, he can't even start a game yet, and they're just like, he eats dicks. Like, honestly, like,
sucks. This guy's weird. Moving on to the next one. I think this one's a little funny too, man. Check it out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm playing it one more time. That was a little fast.
I think that might be.
Jigga, hit that for us one time.
So
Jigga, hit that for us one time.
It was just weird. All right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to record his laugh and use that like a button. You know, we use it every once in a while for like that annoying laugh. But that was just weird. I'm sorry.
He said that's a whole mood trying to show off my salsa moves. I agree with you, man. Come on the show and show them off. Hit it one time for us. Justin, how you feeling on that video?
Man, honestly, I feel like that was one that maybe you were like, thought it was the funniest thing ever. It kind of like missed me, but I get it. I get it. The laugh. You know what I mean?
Why do you think I put these videos together?
TikTok, all right, it's well put together TikTok, not to take anything away from the guy, but I just didn't think it was that funny.
Yeah, because you're lame. Hold up, pose. Do it. Jalen's dying laughing. Everyone's laughing but you, Justin. I feel like this is a personal problem.
Hey, maybe my funny bone isn't working today. But I've been cracking up, man. That just wasn't funny to me.
I guess.
I gotta agree with Justin on that one. I think, you know, the whole video was put together nicely, but it didn't do nothing for me. It just didn't work.
He said that. Tony, how you feeling on it?
I'm with these guys right here. I don't think it was funny. I think Jigga doing the move was funny as hell, though.
All right, we'll redo the video. I just can't do that annoying laugh. You know what I mean?
Jello, how you feeling on it, bro?
I mean, it was cool. It wasn't the funniest, but I definitely think your Google searches are funny. You look up like dudes dressing up like chicks for 3 seconds? Like, is that what's happening here? We got the wig.
It's a TikTok, Jello.
I don't have TikTok. I don't follow TikTok, so I'm just.
Well,
it's just funny that you apparently just found these ones. So.
Yeah, check this next one out that I apparently just found. God damn it.
And we've all heard about your foot fetish and that Matt LaFleur tried to give you a little foot job action to stay in Green Bay, but rumor is that it didn't go that well.
His feet were a little cold though, so I can't hold that against him. He couldn't feel his feet.
We've all been there. Do you think if he gets any better with his feet, you'd think about staying in Green Bay?
That's not happening. That's not going to happen.
Well, if 2020 was your last season as a Packer, what would you say is the thing you want Packers fans to remember most about your legacy?
I was a great Halo 3 player. Phenomenal Halo.
Oh, okay. Jigga?
That I did not know he was a great Halo player, so that's exciting. The foot fetish thing, his new girl must have great feet because she ain't that cute. So I'm guessing it might be that he thinks she has amazing feet.
Aaron's beard gives me like the strike of the guy who would like feet like that too. Like just his look.
You got to stay away from my feet, period. I'm that dude, all right? You touch the feet, I'm tickling, I'm kicking. I've seen my kids fly against the wall when they try to mess with me, all right? Not child abuse, not condoning that, but when they tickle them, the foot goes a little jerky and they fly. That's their own fault, all right?
I'm dead. Dude, I believe Rodgers was great at Halo 3. I honestly do too. He seems like a great strategic guy. He's like, no, don't go out yet. Hold on. Now. And then they win round 4, being Halo 3 champions.
The way you did that voice right now, it got me like I was in the game. Great job, Eric. I was like, what?
I felt it. I just imagined myself like around the corner. It's 2v1. I got my partner with me, and he's like, dude, let's go. And I'm like, no, not yet. Not yet. Now. You know what I mean?
Frankie
Something
just
like
sits
that.
there, doesn't move at all. You're like, Frankie!
I'm like, Frankie, no!
Frankie, no! He's all.
He's freaking out.
We're just sending them Suicide Squad. Ah! You got you, Frankie.
That's dumb, Dad. Matt Faraci said, I believe this one is a real interview. Something Aaron definitely said. Ooh.
He broke Julio to us, so
I'm like, we have to believe him. Matt's a source now. Matt is a source. Like 100% source. Jello, Tony, how you guys feeling on that video? We'll start with you, Jello.
I mean, is that real? Who knows at this point? He went from NASCAR to whatever movie that his new chick is in. I always forget what it's called. But still saying Rodgers in Denver. But I said these interviews are about to get even weirder at this point. So, I mean, this is what I'm saying. So they're going to start doing these. I can't wait till they stretch out and start doing, like, you know, what they're going to do with coaches and stuff like that in these interviews. So I want to know what they find because I feel like there's some interviews people haven't seen yet that are going to pop up in these. So I think it's about to be the next biggest thing in that aspect.
I agree, man.
Feel free to use Frankie and I on one of those TikToks anytime. Those of you watching, all right? I'd love to see one of those fake interviews.
Let's do it. I'm all, hey, Frankie, you're a Celtics fan? He's on.
All right, I take it back. Never mind. If it has anything to do with the Celtics, we are out. All right.
I'm just messing with you, man. Let's move on to this next video real quick. I thought this one was pretty cool.
Tim, what do you think about your new teammate Trevor Lawrence?
I'll tell you what, we've had the chance to talk a lot. We talked a little bit ago, and I love him. He's like a father figure to me.
A father figure? Is that because he reminds you of Jesus, or because he has the throwing motion that you wish your dad would have taught you?
To answer that question, I think yes, it's both.
Whoa. Jigga, how you feeling on that one, bro?
Pass.
Pass. Justin, moving it on to you, man. How you feeling?
I'll say the guy should have been a punter.
I think the guy should. Jello.
I mean, is he though? Like, is that what ESPN's gonna pop up when Lawrence throws Tebow a touchdown? Is like when your dad throws you the touchdown in the backyard? Is that how this one's gonna pop up now?
I'm not excited for that because once Trevor Lawrence throws Tebow a touchdown,
it's gonna be like a month.
I'm not watching SportsCenter for the rest of the week.
Facts. Tony, how you feeling on that video?
Pass.
Very well said. Going on, we got 2 more videos left, and then we'll get up out of here.
Man, why you keep a cup? Help! Help! Man, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Why you say you can't stand me no more? I thought, man.
I don't like like you don't like the police.
I thought, man, you were bored.
Go ahead, go.
Why you don't like police no more?
Whoa. So honestly, let me explain the backstory on this one. There's a couple cops or whatever in the neighborhood of like Jacksonville, Florida, that just go and check on this one neighborhood, and they always go and like give this guy food and stuff, and he's always like doing TikToks with him and like smiling. And he like drove up to him to see him one day, and that's how he reacted, like complete freak out, bro. Just wasn't having it.
Man, why you keep a cup? Help! Go ahead.
Yelling help. He's worried for his life.
What I'll say about that. Everyone knows how it is when you're just trying to get some content out there. Like, what I don't get is how cops have the TikTok and make these TikToks and they can post them and stuff. I'm like, man, don't you got a job to do? Go do your job.
I agree, honestly. Anyone else have anything to say on that one before we get to our last video?
I mean, dude got what he deserved. He got yelled at. So, I mean, that shit was great. So, some people, they have enough. And when they have enough, they let you know. So, that's exactly what happened.
Facts. So, I'm a little worried that this last video might be another one of those videos that I thought was funny and goes over your guys' heads. But I'm really hoping it's not. Because I was
face that for us. All right.
I was dying at this video last night, bro.
Get your hopes up.
I was crying at this video last night, bro. This guy cracks me up on TikTok. So let's see how you guys react.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Michaela! Justin's at the door for you. Honey, put the hood down. You look like a psychopath. There's my pretty girl.
I was dying at that at like 2 a.m. last night, bro. I was crying, bro, waking my daughter and shit up. She's like, I'm all nothing. Go back to sleep. But any of you guys have anything to say about that specific video?
You know what? I'll touch on this one, all right? Because, I mean, I've got 4 kids, all right? So there's no conversation that goes on that my kid isn't looking at the mirror while they're doing a TikTok. It's like, hey, do you have anything to do for school today? No, Dad, I don't. But it seems like I do. And it's like really weird. It's like, stop moving. Stop. Like my conversations and now me holding my kids. I'm like, eye contact. Talk to me. It's going to be okay. I'm trying, Dad. I'm trying. It's just crazy. It's ridiculous.
Oh, like raising a TikToker is a real thing nowadays.
It's seriously ridiculous.
I'm dying, bro. You guys got anything to say?
Yeah, man. I was going to say, it's like, you know, when I used to go hang out with my little nephews and stuff, they'd be like, you know, Uncle Justin, let's go run around the park, or can we go to the park or something like that? And now it's like, let's make a TikTok. And I'm like, yeah, man, we're making a TikTok. Like, that's all they do is just dance on it. You're like, come on.
Bro, try walking around the mall with kids and TikTok, all right? It's like, we're going to get sneakers. It's like all of a sudden we're doing the Soul Train. It's crazy. I'm like, walk. Just walk. Pick a pair of sneakers. Hold on, Dad, 2 seconds. It's
I'm weak, bro. Jigga, we appreciate you so much for joining us on hour 1 of the Rick T podcast, man. Why don't you let us and the rest of the people know when your shows are and when they can catch you next?
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Such a great time. Love what you guys are doing. For those of you that are new to me and Frankie, you can check us out on Tuesday and Wednesday nights with our show Between Two Urns, where we kill the competition on Twitch. And then on Twitter, you can follow us at Jigga Porto. On Instagram, Jiggaman Porto. And, you know, I got a little outro. You all right with me doing the outro?
Of course. Please do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jiggerman Portal.
Jiggerman Portal. Jiggerman, we appreciate you so much for being with us on the Rick T podcast, man. That is hour 1. We're going to get into a quick commercial break, and when we come back on hour 2, we are doing an interview with the Fan Control Football and the Spring League linebacker Cecil Cherry, man. So stay tuned. Appreciate you, Jigga. See you soon, man.
Thanks, Jigga. Thank you, Frankie.
Thanks.
The outfit attire for us hosts, I mean, for at least some of us hosts, is business casual. You know, we want to seem like we're really on, you know, ESPN covering the draft here to my left. But also joined along with me today, we have alongside Justin Sanchez and your boy Indo is my Nindo. Indo is at work, so we're going to pop him back on here in 1 second when he is available, and then we'll get it popping. What's up, Justin? Welcome to the show, bro.
Yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate that shot. You know what I mean? It's probably because I'm wearing a Raider jersey, but, you know, repping my team on draft night.
The way
Ravens fan, represent, ready to get this draft started, man.
Hell no, man. Get out of here, man. We got a Ravens fan in the flock now. I don't like it. The energy feels off.
Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from, Spike?
Oh, Hawaii, bro. Hilo, Hawaii. 808.
Fucking snazzy. Welcoming Jason Zegan. How you doing, brother?
What up, boys? How you doing?
Good, man. Welcome.
Happy
you know,
draft
it's
night.
Yes. So guest, super fan for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's all give a big round of a hand for our boy Tro, man. Welcome to the show, Tro.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Yes, sir.
What's up, man? How you feeling? How you feeling right now?
Ready to go. What's on commercial for? Let's roll.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Let's get the draft underway.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 2021 NFL Draft. Come on, Cleveland.
Cleveland's going crazy. They're booing the shit out of
They're booing him. Let's go, baby.
They booing him, boy. That's a great tradition. I love that tradition.
It is. I love how he started to embrace it now too.
Friends here with me.
He's like, come on.
Let me introduce them, even though they don't need to be introduced to Browning fans. First,
Jesus.
Jarvis Landry.
You guys agree that that's the right representation of the Browns in Cleveland?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should have chose Baker.
I expect Baker. Nick
For sure, Baker.
I thought Baker too. I thought it was gonna be Baker. Justin, this could be us next year. This could be us. We could be being picked. Me and Justin, he really brought that chair on stage, dog.
That looks like it. Quick, I'd like to bring out Matt from the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Here we go.
Taking the stage, so let's go ahead and take a listen. He said, "Get up out my chair, fat girl." Get back to the stage.
Come on, Shawty.
You're wrong for that.
With the first pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence.
Easy. Too easy. Trevor Lawrence goes number 1. Tro goes crazy, bro. Tro doing an interview. MLB content creator. Like I said, super fan of the New York Jets. Matthew Faraci, man. How you doing, Matt? What's up, brother? I know you hype right now. I know you hype.
Yeah, ready to go, man.
Let's listen to it.
In the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Oh, shit.
Quarterback, BYU.
Zach Wilson, man.
There it is.
Get it.
Zach Wilson. Like you said, Matt, especially when you're repping your team. Is that a Mark Sanchez jersey?
Oh, bro, you already know.
Of course.
Bro, best quarterback in Jets history.
Yeah.
Man, bro. 2 AFC championships when he threw like 30 interceptions in a year. Like, the dude is a legend, bro. Like, come on now.
3 months. It's been like 3 weeks, not even. But I know this guy's been nervous like the rest of us sports fans. So let's give a big round of applause to our next guest, Brian. My boy Brian, how you doing, brother?
What's up, boys?
What's up, man?
Man, I'm tripping balls right now. I've been popping CBD since like 7 a.m. I got absolutely nothing at work today, so I'm down bad over here right now. I'm nervous as hell for the next 5 minutes.
Nervous as hell for the next 5 minutes. Like he said, 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock, to be exact. My man, tell everybody the other deal that you had behind closed doors with one of your buddies that ended up happening, that might happen with this pick, man.
There's some clippers being charged. I've been growing this shit out during quarantine. My hair is about as thick as a Kardashian these days, so if we end up picking Mac Jones third, I have to shave this shit off. So
Justin, go ahead and do your little quick shout out real quick.
Yeah, man. So this picture right here is created by the guys over at ESPN. I just wanted to show them some love and
2021 NFL Draft.
A hell of a pick.
The San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance.
Let's go!
With the 17th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Alex Leatherwood, tackle, Alabama.
Shook. Everybody's shook. Justin's gone.
He's pissed. What's up, man? How are you feeling, and who do you have the Giants taking now?
That's who I had him us taking, honestly, the whole time. I know we got Galladay.
Oh, shit.
Breaking news.
Chicago's trading from 20 to 11 with the Giants.
Get in here, bro. Ty, where you at?
They traded up for Mac Jones. Mike McCorkle goes to Chicago, the new Mitch Trubisky.
And now we're going back to the 22nd, dude.
Oh my gosh. 20th.
I knew the Bears would trade up and get Mac Jones. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wow, bro.
Bulls, Dolphins, man. Jones. God damn.
They're going to go Mac Jones because the Bears suck at making decisions.
You think Mac Jones?
Yeah.
I think the Bears.
Let's get through this real quick before Ty gets on.
I think 100%. Mac Jones goes to the Chicago Bears. They don't trade up for Justin Fields. They're not that smart. They trade up and go Mac Jones.
Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah.
My God.
Is the sad face going to be over for the first time in 80 years?
Leading the Greater Auburn Gresham Development Corporation in Chicago. His federally qualified health and it will open 2022.
Oh my God, bro.
Congratulations, Carlos. Please take it away with the Bears selection.
Uh-oh. What are we about to
pick? In the 2021 NFL Draft, my Chicago Bears select Justin Fields.
Thank you, Lord.
Okay.
Justin Fields going to Chicago.
Okay.
That's why my man Ty, he said they erased it. He said, let's go.
Andy Dalton just got paid a free $10 million, but he lost his job.
Oh,
you do not F this up, bro.
So Ty, what do you have happening, man? Do you guys think that whole franchise in Chicago has changed now with the quarterback?
Yes, because we always needed a good, young, accurate, potential scrambling quarterback because we're in a league that you got to have a scrambling quarterback. And I don't care if you're black and white, but it looks like statistically, if you got you a young black potential and you don't see all of it type of quarterback, you got to take it, man. You got to take it. Like Trey Lance is going to be the best quarterback, not just because he looked like Dak can play it. It's because he's fast, he's accurate, and let it be known only through one pick. I don't care if he was playing in the Double D League. He's a monster.
Kwity Paye.
Defensive end, Michigan.
Baller.
I love that pick, baby.
Hey, check this out. And we're back with the Rick T Podcast, Season 2, Episode 7, man. Had a great hour one with Jigga Man Portro. And now we're back, man. On the other side today, we have the honor of talking to a man of many talents. This guy was the leading tackler for the Fan Control Football Season 1.0, and now is taking his talents to play in the new Spring League for the Sea Lions. This man is linebacker Cecil Cherry. What's up, Cecil? How you doing, man?
Good, can't complain. How you doing?
I'm well, man. I'm well. We're excited to talk to you today, bro.
Good, man. How you doing? I see those rings, man.
Yeah, I did some hula bowl in the state championship ring.
Okay. Loving it, bro. Loving it, man. We've been wanting to talk to you for quite some time. Finally get to talk to you, man. So just starting off the interview, bro, tell us a little bit about where you're from and kind of how you grew up and kind of how things played out for you, man.
Oh, I'm from Frostproof, Florida, in Polk County area. I grew up playing Little League ball with my dad. I did it all my life, basically. I used to play like 3 games a day. I'm from with Travis Henry and Alvin Hopper, my uncle and them. If y'all know that area out the Grove, Orange Grove. So, yeah. Other than that, I started playing varsity in the 8th grade. My first offer was Florida in the 8th grade. I was 5-star coming out. Committed to Tennessee in the 8th grade with me and Darren James. We committed to Florida State. But then next thing you know, I had decommitted like my junior year. No, my senior year I decommitted. When Butch Jones, he was there, but I had decommitted and went to Texas Longhorn. And that didn't work out. I mean, everything was good. I had fun. But then I went to South Florida and redshirted. And then I balled out that next year. Then my coaches left and went to Oregon, the whole staff. And I didn't want to go to Oregon, so I went to JUCO. And I was Defensive Player of the Year, set a JUCO record in the state of Mississippi. Graduated early. And then after that, I went to Grambling. And when I got there as an early grad, when I got my AA early, I only did like a full I got into JUCO in the spring, and I graduated in that next spring. And then after that, when I got a Grambling, I was playing outside linebacker, helping them out. And then next thing you know, I had figured out like I was in the wrong major. A loan was taken out without me knowing HBCU, but I had to fix that. And thing you know, I was like, you know what, I'm finna get everything right, and I'm finna take my last opportunity somewhere else to do what I have to do. And I graduated early. I mean, I graduated a semester before I was supposed to graduate, and I had took 20 hours. I mean, I had to stop playing ball to focus on what I know my main goal was, is to pass and all my classes, and I had 5 more extra classes on top of about 11 credits I was already taking, and then I had to make the graduation list. So I graduated early, and then I finished my career at UT Martin. I had like 80 tackles, 9 TFL, 9 quarterback hurries, 6 PBUs, a block punt, but I had 2 interceptions and 4.5 sacks. And then what happened was my COVID, I got hit with a COVID. I was supposed to get picked up in the draft, and next thing you know, I didn't have no pro day. But I went to the Hula Bowl, put on a top performance, and then after that, what happened was when I was home, I had started doing lawn service working, and then I had got a call from Coach Jenkins. So I drove up to Pittsburgh from Florida 18 hours just because I love ball. I was ready for my next opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's when the thing football. I went there and did what I did for him, and I handled business there. And then the coaches called me when I went home for 2-3 weeks after that season. After I went and made history over there, I came here, and I've just been maintaining and doing what I'm supposed to do, make film so my agent can get me into camp, because I can start off practice, but it don't matter. I'm just hungry for opportunity.
I feel it, man, and that's the way to do it, bro. You got to stay hungry for your opportunity, no doubt.
And that's a hell of a story too. It sounds like, through being, committed to the Texas Longhorns, to moving to South Mississippi, and then having to go to JUCO. But, it sounds like you're book smart too, graduating early, getting up out of there and just focusing really about football.
Yep, that's what I did. See, I went to Kahoma. I don't know if you know that's off Last Chance U.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, we had 2 people drafted. We had our DB drafted, Crystal Claybooks. He started corner for Jacksonville. And we had Davion Taylor played linebacker for the Eagles, 3rd round.
Wow.
Yeah, that's sweet, man.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
You got any questions for him, Justin?
Oh, yeah. So I seen on your Twitter, of course, I like to retweet some of your stuff, watch your highlights and stuff like that. I seen last night, man, you guys you got to come back. Can you hear me?
No, what you?
Okay, I was saying, I seen last night, you guys had a tough loss versus the Generals, and the Generals are a tough team in that spring league.
Yeah, I mean, if you take away the 14 points on special teams, because we beat them already, we really basically beat ourselves. Today, I mean, you got to give them the hats off for the dub at the same time. I mean, the whole year we've been this minimum stakes, like on our own. Like we supposed to be undefeated in this league, and we know it too. And we correct from our incorrect. It's like, wow, when you go back and watch film, like, come on now, we know we can do better than that. I mean, the little thing, and it's just like not just taking offensive defense tiers. They got to be special teams too.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So being on the C lines now, how much different was it playing like a fan controlled football league? You know what I mean? Compared to the spring league is more calm and traditional, and fan controlled football was like wild, and it worked perfect for COVID, it seemed. And I got to talk to a lot of people like Travis Tonovan, Jurdy, LaMarcus Carradine. We're working on trying to maybe get Turp on here. If you could do that, I seen he was balling out. So yeah, man. So how was it playing in the FCF compared to the more traditional?
I mean, FCF, I ain't gonna lie, it was different, but it was quick. You can't even have time to think. I mean, then not only that, for me being a linebacker cover, then I had to guard tight ends, one-on-ones, and running backs. I mean, it's different. I mean, too many people don't like to do that. Not at my position. You be the only linebacker out there. It's like you miss one tackle, it's a wrap. They depend on you. So I mean, and here coming back to 11-man ball, I mean, we don't have to compete with each other. And then the season start. I mean, you learn the NFL system, but at the same time, that was the same NFL system. Basically, we ran with Coach Carter. I mean, it all fits. It all fit, but I like Coach Lynn. Scheme over here. I mean, it's for me to flow around and play fast. I mean, in scout look, they'll see that that's the linebacker got to play fast, and we got to be hungry. We can't be playing.
Facts.
I agree, man.
Yeah, and that kind of brings me into my next question, man. It kind of literally fits along perfect with that, bro. Not only being a linebacker who can make the hard hits, but also has like high football IQ. Who would you compare yourself to? Like maybe a current linebacker or a past linebacker who's retired or anybody like that? Who would you compare yourself to that your play style is kind of like?
I give it to my godfather, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
That really is your godfather.
Yeah, that's my godfather. We both from Polk County.
Damn, yep.
So,
that's awesome, bro.
Say him. I got
man,
yes,
and I see it with your play style too, bro. Because I mean, sometimes correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes they might play you a little bit on the outside, but they mainly keep you right in the middle, right?
Yeah, I love it. That's my goal. That's what it is. My main position, Mike, because I played Mike all my life, but then too, I used to play running back too, so I know the difference. I know how running backs gonna run. I know because I was the athlete coming out. I mean, I wasn't just recruited for linebacker. That's why I be like some people that if they really know who I was, like you should use me on offense. I would love to go help you at fullback. I would love to go help. You know what I'm saying? Team player,
Yeah.
my passion game. I love it. But certain people, they don't know me like that to just say, oh, I can get all of it out of him if I put him on this to help on offense too. It's gonna be an extra mile. My agility is gonna be running because I'm so used to it that it's second nature.
Yeah, I feel that. And let me ask this quick question too. Being that your godfather is Ray Lewis, did you kind of have higher expectations with him being kind of the person that could watch you grow up and watch you play and stuff like that? Did he and other people expect you to kind of be better than these other guys that kind of grew up without legends like Ray Lewis or somebody in their corner?
I mean, because me and him, to be honest with you, we met my sophomore year. He kept just hearing about me because I had when I come out of Polk County. I mean, I was rushing for I don't know lie. I was one game I had rushed for 120, 3 touchdowns, and tackles and a pick six. So they was like, who is this Cherokee? And Tim, then Warren on our sidelines.
Hey, Cecil. Hey, Cecil,
He's
you're,
from Falls, too, so.
do you mind leaving and joining back in?
Hmm?
You're a little lag. Do you mind leaving and then joining back in?
You hear?
Yeah.
You hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah,
but
we can hear
nah,
you. Sorry, you're
like I met him my sophomore year when I was at his camp. Oh, I met him my sophomore year and it was at camp because everybody kept saying, man, you got to be great. Because you remember he was playing, 12? He was still in season. But he had a camp and we met face to face, and that's when he was like, man, I want to be your godfather. Like, I see the anger, I see the hungerness. It was crazy. He just texted me like 3 weeks ago, like, Cecil love football. He is intense. I love it, baby. You can tell that he loved the game.
Yeah, man. Like,
hello.
100%. We can hear you. It's a little laggy.
Yeah, it's a little laggy.
But
honestly.
yeah,
no, you hear me now?
Yep. Yeah. No, you're good. So yeah, like, and we can see it too when we watch you play, like through Fan Control Football.
But nah,
or
he used to not on that. He used to have that. You hear me now?
Hey, just leave and come back.
Yeah, just click the X and come back in. Do a little reset.
Reset. Yeah, just leave it and come back.
All right.
It's a little technical difficulties.
Yeah, that was bad for a minute. I was like, what's going on?
But yeah, we're gonna get it right. But yeah, man. I mean, a player like that, and you can see it when he plays too. Like, nothing gets outside the box on that guy. Like, and if it does, you know what I mean. Usually, it's due to good blocking. Like, you know, linebackers don't always make the play, but that's a linebacker who definitely makes the play.
Oh,
So,
yeah. He's a beast. And I was surprised to hear that Ray Lewis was his godfather, bro. I was like, what? Like, you're coached by a legend like that? Like, you gotta be something different if you're being coached like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
All right. It says he's back. Let's see if the connection's any better.
You got me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah,
Can
man.
you, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear better. But now, like I was saying, though, I met like sophomore year. He already knew about me coming out. Like, I've been starting to watch since really 7th grade, but I started taking over my 8th grade year. And I had went to South Carolina my freshman year. Wanted to play at a 6A school. Then came back a couple years at high school.
Nice. Yeah, man. The quality, I was still kind of lagging a little bit. Like, we heard that you met him your sophomore year, and he's seen some grit in you. You know what I mean? And he already knew of you coming into the camp, right?
Yeah, he had a camp. It was crazy. He had his homeboy come pick me up.
Dang.
He had one of his you know how you have one of them homeboys he had him up from my house.
Dang, take you to camp. Oh, you're like,
he said,
all right,
kid.
So this is some special treatment.
One of the best I ever do it.
Yeah, and when we I don't know if you look at my picture that I posted, we was face to face and we was locked in, like hit my phone, hit my number down, and we lost life, and it been like that. I mean, he still called and check on me, and by that we just talk about ball, we talk about Bible scripture, and then a lot that he know with his connections and all that, I know that they can help, but at the same time, me, I want to get it however I can get it. So, I mean, they proud of me for how I kept going, and all I was just waiting up.
Right. Yeah,
100% agree.
That's crazy to hear. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't meet people who know Ray Lewis or have been coached by him. And Ray Lewis being the guy that he is, he is a stand-up guy. And whatever like Ray Lewis is doing in the league or out of the league, like people want to know. You know what I mean? So that is a good mentor to have.
Gotta be. And I think he's black.
He's proud of me about my family because I love giving back to kids. I got a foundation too.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us about that.
Yeah, we got you. Tell us about that foundation. Yeah.
Oh man. It's a Cecil Cherry Foundation, and I just had my first camp before I came here. Like literally like 2 weeks before I reported to the spring league. I had my first youth football camp. It was 150 kids. Where I had 6 NFL players come. The rest of them, they had to report back for mini camps. It was Dexter Williams, Octavia Scott, it was Carolina Panthers, DB, Pittsburgh Steelers D tackle. A couple people I know personally, and the kids loved it, and fed them, fed players, and had music. Man, I'm telling you, the whole city, man, you the first person just to actually everybody to come back and have these kids smack. And that's my goal. I'm gonna keep doing it, make it or not. That's my goal. Then I got a book bag drive I'm coming up with too before they go back to school. And then I got a plan to do the bike drive, and I come and do a turkey, and then just back again. But my camp not just gonna be in the same locations. I'm gonna go to Frostproof this time and host my camp.
Kind of take it nationwide, huh?
So I mean, and then after all that, when you have, that's my goal. And then not only that, I want to come back and donate jerseys to Little League.
Nice.
Because these kids deserve it, man. They don't need to be out here in the streets, man, especially where I'm from.
Yeah, man. That's really good of you, bro. Yeah, it seems like, I'm waiting for it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really happy for you and everything you're doing, and it really sucks that COVID kind of cut you and a lot of other people, like talking to the FCF people, it kind of cut a lot of opportunities short with that draft, not being there and stuff like that. And there's a lot of ballers, man. You're like one of them, probably the top, middle linebacker that's out there that people need to, start looking at and get. And, man, you got a bright future, bro.
Oh, yeah. They got to wake up and find out about Cecil Cherry. And actually, Cecil, we have a caller calling in right now to ask you a question. So what's up, caller? What's your name?
My name is Tony. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you, bro? What you want to talk about?
Good. I just had a question for Cecil. I've been listening to the interview, and it's pretty interesting that his godfather's Ray Lewis and all that good stuff, and he went on to play linebacker. Cecil, my question here is, do you prefer run stuffing or pass protection?
Run stuffing or pass protection. Tony, appreciate you for calling in, man. We're going to have you, Cecil, answer that question for you, man.
I do it both. I mean, you gotta be 50-50 with it. On that, to come down to that, you can't be more than one dimensional linebacker because that take you more players, take you off the field. So I mean, if you run, you're gonna get smashed. If you pass, I'm gonna do my thing.
Loving it, bro. Loving it. That was a great answer. Justin, you got anything else for Cecil?
Yeah, I want to ask one more. What's your 20-yard shuttle time, bro?
20-yard shuttle. I do that like a 1.5.
A 1.5. That's what I'm saying. There's no chance a running back's getting out of the box when he's facing Cecil Cherry right there.
He's gonna be done going up the middle and 1.5 on your head like that. Yeah, you're done for. Say bye to your Chrome.
But Cecil, man, the internet is a little bit laggy, so we would love to do another interview at another time. If you were down, I got your contact, I got your email.
We'll get it popping, man. But Cecil, I appreciate you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to answer some questions for us. Doing your thing, man. But this is Fan Control Football's leading tackler in season 1 and spring league's linebacker for the Sea Lions, Cecil Cherry, man. Appreciate you. That was rough.
Yeah, we're gonna have to rerun that. Sorry to all the viewers. I mean, it's we had Jig on before. There was no bad internet connection, so sometimes just internet connection. I'm gonna try to get it right so we can do a real interview because Cecil, man, that dude's a beast.
Oh yeah, he's a beast for sure. He's a beast for sure. But we appreciate Cecil for coming on and doing that little interview with us, man. It was great to talk to him and stuff like that. We're going to go do a quick commercial break, and then when we come back from commercial, we're going to have Tony and Jello come back, join us, and we're going to talk some NFL, some NBA, and do our thing, man. So appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Rick T Podcast, Season 2, Episode 7. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
And LT, count them down for us, please.
All right, this is my favorite part of the television segment. Top 5 running backs. Let's get right into it with number 5, Christian McCaffrey. All right. Now, Christian McCaffrey, guys, remember 2 years ago, he was coming off 1,000 and 1,000. 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing. Certainly, in my opinion, arguably the best dual back threat in the National Football League. Certainly the top 2. But he only played 3 games last year, okay? And I know they drafted Chuba Hubbard in the 4th round to maybe keep Christian McCaffrey fresh. That offense is going to evolve a little bit with Sam Darnold. So we have to wait and see what type of production Christian McCaffrey has this upcoming season, all right? So at number 4, Saquon Barkley. And listen, this guy here is arguably the most talented running back, the most explosive running back in the National Football League. But he coming off ACL injury, had that repaired, and also had his meniscus repaired. So I believe it's going to be slow billing in the beginning for Saquon Barkley. But without question, this man is a home run threat every time he touches the football. He's going to add a certain dimension to that offense that they didn't have last year. And then number 3, Alvin Kamara. This guy, in my opinion, is the best dual threat running back in the game. 21 touchdowns last year. The man averaged over 5 yards per carry and over 9 yards per reception. Now, he lost his Hall of Fame quarterback in Drew Brees. He's going to be expected to do more, to carry more of the workload. I think he can do that. This guy is outstanding, and he's a nightmare for defenses. At number 2, Dalvin Cook. And let me tell you, he's one of the best zone runners in the National Football League. His game is all about speed and quickness. He hits the hole hard, and once he gets through the hole, it's all about speed, bouncing off of tacklers. He's been one of the most productive running backs in the National Football League the last 2 years. And as he goes, the Minnesota Vikings goes. He carries that football team. And number 1, King Henry. All right, Derrick Henry, back-to-back rushing titles. This man has literally put his team on his back the last 2 years in a row and carried them to the playoffs. He gets better as the game goes along, as the year goes along. And I'm just going to say this, guys. He is today's Jim Brown. You know, he's bigger than everybody. He's fast, and he makes grown men look like little boys, literally. My bad, Josh Norman. I didn't mean to call you out like that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you did. Hey, LT, I have no issues with that.
I got some Rick T from the field to the big leagues. Bang Moody from the 3, I'm like KD. Number 1 draft pick, you should pick me. You ain't considered the GOAT if you don't got a ring. Arrogant jello like Brady throwing it to AB. My team.
Sorry, I had to go ahead and break that in. Welcome back to the Rick T Podcast, Season 2, Episode 7. Welcome back, Tony. Welcome back, Jello. Sorry about that. We had to pop you guys off, do that interview, which was kind of laggy, but glad to have you back on. Swinging it to Tony. I know Tony had some breaking NBA news for us from this morning. So, Tony, what you got for us?
Perfect. So first things first, Jason Kidd withdraws his name from consideration of Trailblazers head coaching vacancy. And I just have a quick question for you guys. Do you think that's because he's seen a pattern in the playoffs with the Trailblazers and he doesn't think he can make improvements, or do you think he has an idea to go somewhere else?
So honestly, I'm going to go ahead and I'm not disagreeing with either of those. I think he probably has his mind on other places that he could get a job or anything like that. But I think it's more based on like Damian Lillard. You know what I mean? I think Damian Lillard is going to be gone after this year. And I think everyone, including Damian, knows that. And I just think personally, he's like, I don't really want to go get myself stuck in something like that and then not even have a star to kind of base myself around and do my thing with. So that's my opinion on it. But Jello, what do you think?
I mean, I think Lillard stays. Lillard brought up Kidd as his number one coaching consideration there for a reason. I don't think Lillard leaves, and I think Lillard really wanted Kidd there to be his coach. But I'm guessing maybe there's another team that's really looking at him that he thinks he has better opportunities with. So I guess we really won't know until we know at that point. So we'll be figuring that one out in the next 2-3 months here. See what happens, pops up with Jason Kidd there.
It'll be interesting. Justin, swinging it to you, man. What do you think on that whole situation? I know you're not a huge basketball fan, but you do know Portland Trailblazers. So what are you thinking?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm a big advocate. I know this is going to probably make Jello and Tony really mad, but I'm kind of an advocate of sending the guy Damian Lillard or Steph Curry to the Lakers.
Me too. I agree. I just see him in that uniform.
That's what it is.
They don't have the money for it.
True that, but even imagine if the Hawks got Damian Lillard or something. Him and Trae Young. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they would clash.
Damian Lillard plus somebody else is a super team. Damian Lillard on the team he is now with Melo. Yeah, they did good. They lost to the Nuggets, but you know what I mean? They're not that – they shouldn't even really been there, I feel like.
See, and I'm never one to say this, and Jello, Tony, Justin, you all know I'm not one to say this, but what about Damian to Denver? Him and Nikola, you give up – who'd you say give up? I think it's going to be Murray and probably a first round and CPJ or whatever the hell you guys call him.
No. And that's not going to happen. Like I said, Lillard's not leaving. The only trade proposal that has been circling the Nuggets right now is Will Barton, Monte Morris, and a first-rounder to the Wizards for Bradley Beal. We want Lillard, but we're not giving up Murray. Why would we give up our much younger star point guard for Lillard at that point?
Lillard could bring you a championship faster.
You just have to look at what you add on to it. They were talking about Aaron Gordon. That's not going to happen.
So let me ask you guys this: if I'm Portland and I go, I'll give you Damian for next year's first round lottery, whatever. I don't understand how the NBA draft works, but say I give you a first round, or I give you Damian, you give me a first round, you give me Jamal Murray, and you give me Aaron Gordon. Would you take it?
No.
Tony's thinking on it.
For something like that to happen. For something like that to happen, Aaron Gordon isn't putting up the numbers to be worth Damian Lillard. Okay, so for something like that to happen, it would have to be Murray, at least 2 draft picks, MPJ, and honestly, maybe even another draft pick. Damian Lillard is worth a lot. Lot.
And that's why I don't.
I'm not willing to just blow up the whole franchise. Yeah, I'm not willing to blow up the franchise as a Nuggets fan. I side with Jello because Damian Lillard said he wants to stay. He wants to be basically just like Kobe. He wants to stay with one team his whole career, and he wants to make things happen. So, and I mean, just being in the West is not working out for him. They keep running into the Nuggets, and the Nuggets are a problem right now. But I totally agree with Jello. And as far as the Lakers things goes, I would hate that. I would absolutely hate that.
Speaking of what the Lakers, what it cost. Oh, so I don't know what it would cost the Lakers to get Damian Lillard would actually, oh my God. See, first off, you're giving up AD. That's number one. You're giving up AD. You're probably giving up Caruso. You're giving up Dennis Schroeder. You're giving up picks as well, and you're probably giving up someone like Harrell, who they didn't use in the end of the season anyway. So this is what I'm saying with that.
Dennis Schroeder was boo-boo too.
But this is the thing. When you look at that trade, technically you're giving up 3 starters. I mean, Caruso could be considered a starter as well, but you're basically blowing up your team for Lillard. And it'd be just like going to the Trailblazers. You have some good guys or whatever. Yeah, you have Lillard and LeBron. But at this point, LeBron is becoming irrelevant when it comes to superstars, at least when it comes to these later games. Because in the playoffs, he averaged 23 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds at that point. Against a Suns team where he was matching up with Crowder, Jay Crowder. People talk so much crap about Crowder, but 23.3 points a game for LeBron. All right, so you blow up your team. You give up Davis. You give up all these guys. All right, you got LeBron and you got Lillard. Who else do you have outside of that? Marc Gasol? Nah, he's old. He's going to be gone. Like, really, that's what you have to think. So if the Trailblazers would trade him, it would be to 2 teams. It would be the Miami Heat or it would be the Houston Rockets. Those are the 2 teams willing to give up everything for him.
I wouldn't trade for Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Come on, Nate.
Come on, Nate. You spelled the great's name right.
No, but basically in Innovate, you like Tony said, you have to blow up your team to get Lillard. So basically, you're going to have Lillard, one other guy from your team, and 3 G League guys because you had to bring them all up because you have nobody else right now.
So Tony, didn't you have a second breaking news story?
Yes, I
didn't
did.
You say you had 2? Okay, go
those
ahead.
Were all great points. Those were all great points. I love talking about anything to do with the Nuggets, even if it's just division rivals and getting involved. I love those kind of conversations. Also, this just in about 30 minutes ago, 76ers center Joel Embiid, knee, will start game 1 versus the Hawks on Sunday. That being said, do you think the Hawks bring the same energy and maybe pull off an upset, or are we just talking about the Sixers going on a roll here?
Man, I have a lot on my mind, and I don't really want to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway because, why not? So personally, let's all be honest. In sports, it's not about hurting anybody. It's not about injuries. It's not about anything like that. But if Joel Embiid is hurt on his leg, don't you think that everyone's going to try to be bumping into that leg and try to be doing all this and doing all that? It doesn't matter what team it is, whether it was Atlanta Hawks or whether it was the Washington Wizards. It's just kind of like a sports thing. Like, he's weak on that leg. Let's pick at it. It's the same thing with UFC. Like, I'm busting his leg up. I'm going to keep busting it up because I know it's hurting. So it's like, why not knock him, not necessarily knock him out the game with that whole leg, but like, I would be picking on Joel Embiid the whole game. Like, I would put as much pressure on him as I could because we know he's not 100%. Kind of like what the Suns did to LeBron. Everyone's saying that the Suns beat the Lakers straight up. No, the Suns took care of LeBron. Without AD, it was LeBron. No one else could take over, and that's exactly what needs to happen with the Hawks and the 76ers. Is if they want to win and they want to get started out early with the win, they need to attack Joel Embiid while he's down. You know what I mean? Keep your foot on him while he's down. Don't let him get back up.
And this is a big thing.
So I agree. I think you're 100% correct on that. You're going to see a lot of people. You're good, Jello. You're going to see a lot of big men trying to, if they're going to post up Joel Embiid, which you don't see a lot, but if you do, it's going to be on the offside where that injured knee is forward, and he's using that knee to help post up against him. So you're going to see Joel Embiid trying to sit on that and favor that knee, and maybe it turns out to not be good. Maybe it works out in his favor. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm super excited for Clippers Mavs Game 7.
Woo! We're going to talk about that a little bit, but Jello, say what you were saying.
So, I mean, you have to look how this matches up, too. So, yeah, Joel is starting, but he's matching up with Clint Capella. And Capella, he isn't a big offensive threat, but he's a huge defensive threat. And so people are like, well, if the Hawks win, it's an upset, but is it? You got Trae Young, you got Lou Williams, you got Bogdanovich, you have Danilo Gallinari, you have Okongwu, who they drafted number 6 this last year. You have Clint Capella, you have John Collins. It's all these guys where there's a few I'm not huge fans of in Capella and John Collins, but they match up well with this team. Because Simmons and Tobias Harris aren't your answer. That's already been established at this point, the fact that they can't win without Joel Embiid. And I think that's just due to his size as well, where he's going to play, but a healthy Clint Capella is going to be much better than an unhealthy Joel Embiid there. So I think that's going to be insane coming down the line here. So I don't think it's an upset if the Hawks win. The Hawks proven they can. They've proven they want it. So we'll just see. And they don't match up well.
So let me say why I called it an upset.
Right. What?
The reason I called it an upset is because I'm pretty sure the Sixers swept the Hawks in the season series.
I think so too.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was. I think it was a 4-game series, a 3 or 4 game series, and I think the Sixers won every single one.
Heard.
So that's why I think it's an upset. Is because we're going now into a 7-game series, and we're going to be looking at if Trae Young can actually do this again instead of, because you're not going to have the whole Garden chanting F Trae Young, F Trae Young, and Trae Young feeds off of that. So we're going to see.
Loves it.
I mean, if the Philadelphia fans do what Philadelphia is known to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philadelphia goes to the airport and boos safe landings. So, I mean, we're going to see what happens.
Philadelphia is 32-7 at home this year.
And they do have the home court advantage, but I don't know that. Like, I guess since fans are back, it does have an impact on it. But last year, I always thought home court advantage in the bubble was so pointless. Like, there is no home court advantage in a bubble. But yeah, now that the fans and stuff are back and stuff like that, I guess home court advantage does make a difference, especially in Philly. So we'll talk about that. Those were great breaking news stories. I love talking about the NBA, honestly. Every once in a while, I'm not a big NBA guy, neither is Justin, I don't believe, but every once in a while, it's refreshing to get in on some NBA, especially when it's getting deep into playoffs and everything has happened. Yeah, playoffs is crazy. It's like watching March Madness for 3 months. I love it. But let's get into some a little bit of NFL talk, man. I have some stats, some statistics for you guys, some takes on Bleacher Report Gridiron that I want to run past you guys and just see what you guys think on them. So we'll start with this, man. Hold up, damn it. Biggest NFL position battles developing in 2021. And I love talking about this because we all know there's a lot of position battles heating up. So I'll go through them all, and then we can mutually agree to talk about maybe 1 or 2 of them and, kind of chop it up on them. So first, they have the Chicago Bears quarterback battle, which is a big one. Andy Dalton, they have Nick Foles, and now they have Justin Fields as well. So it's going to be deep. Next on the list, they have the Dallas Cowboys linebacker battle, which I guess you can start 3 linebackers, but the way we play defense, we really like to have 2 main linebackers on the field, which is usually Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith. But now with Michael Parsons being drafted in the first round, what's going to happen to one of those 2? Third one, and this one's a good one too, Denver Broncos quarterback battle. You never know what's going to happen. Jello keeps saying Aaron Rodgers to Denver, as of most Denver fans keep saying. But as of now, you guys have Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock. We'll see what happens there. So that's going to heat up. After that, man, I believe, the New England Patriots quarterback battle, Cam Newton versus Mike McCorkle-Jones. That's going to be one heating up as well. And then we also have the last one, which I think is a really good one, too, is San Francisco 49ers running back battle. They have Trey Sermon out of Ohio State, and then they also have Mostert and, kind of the backs that they've had that are coming off of injury, too. So which one do you guys think are the best ones? I'm going to go ahead and vote Chicago Bears quarterbacks and Denver Broncos quarterbacks. Those are my 2 best, I think, out of all those.
So, I give it to the Bears on the quarterback one, only because when they signed Dalton, they guaranteed him the starting job.
Gave him $10 million.
Broncos quarterback's not as much. I think Teddy's really good to take that one over. I don't think it's as much of a battle unless, Locke working out with Manning really had that effect. So I give it to the Bears, and then, Patriots too. I think there's going to be some surprises there. So Belichick likes a sort of Mac Jones kind of quarterback pocket passer kind of thing. So we'll see what happens there. I think it's Bears and Patriots, though, when it comes to the quarterbacks, are the biggest one because they have so many, too.
I thought you were going to say Bears and Bills in the Super Bowl again. I was about to freak out. What?
Nah, everyone's going to bring that up for that bowl take. We'll see.
Tony, which ones do you think are going to be most interesting?
Bears for sure. But, I don't see Justin Fields losing that spot. I really don't. I like Fields. I'm a fan of Justin Fields. So I want to see him win that one for the Bears. And then, yeah, Patriots. I'm going to agree with Stella because, I mean, Belichick goes and gets this guy that looks a lot like Tom Brady did when Tom Brady was a rookie. Belichick goes out of his way to make sure he finds a role for something that worked for him for the past however many years because Belichick's trying to come for Brady now that Brady's in Tampa. So, I mean, I would love to see Cam Newton spot get taken because I've been saying that he's not playing well, and I'm going to stand by that. I mean, hopefully, I don't wish anything bad on people, so hopefully I have to sit here and make an apology to Cam Newton, but I stand by my word.
I like it. Justin, what about you?
Yeah, man. I got Cam starting, Drew Lock starting. So, that's not too interesting for me because I don't think Bill Belichick trusts Mac Jones enough. It's always kind of like that same little dynasty over there in New England. Like, they let him sit and then they play him. So, I don't think that they're going to start their rookie. And then I think Justin Fields will start. You know what I mean? So I think that's honestly the most interesting to me is the Chicago one because you got a guy like Andy Dalton who's been around, been in the league, like hasn't done too bad, but now he's fizzling out of his career. So now, that's up in there because Andy Dalton hasn't been the guy for a couple of years. So now that he is in a spot to start for the Chicago Bears team, and then you got a young buck like Justin Fields who is basically like a protege of, a better Cam Newton or so, I'd say. I'd say that you give him the reins and let him transform that Chicago team for sure.
I don't get it. Andy Dalton was the guy last year. He almost led us to a division title.
Yeah, so that one intrigues me the most just because I am a Justin Fields fan. And like I said, I don't know if Andy Dalton's on his way out or if he's on his way to one of his best seasons ever or something. You never know.
Yeah. Sixers and Atlanta is tipping off right now. Yep. Nate the Great said, I think Foles will be traded to the Jets. What?
No, the Jets got Joe Flacco. They're not going to go for Foles.
I'm saying, why the Jets? Honestly, trade him to Dallas. We'd love to have him behind Dak.
It'd probably be Texans. That's where all the quarterbacks are going right now. So
we'd love to have him behind Dak, Bam. But moving on, besides the position battles and stuff creeping up in the NFL, let's move on to something a little bit different. And this is exactly what I was just talking about with getting a veteran quarterback for Dak's backup. And I think maybe Nick Foles could be that guy. But the remaining offseason priorities for each NFL team, we just have 6 of them right here. For the Green Bay Packers, it said, what is Aaron Rodgers' fate? They need to figure that out immediately. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers need to forget 2020 before they get too cocky and ruin themselves. The Atlanta Falcons, what to do with Julio Jones? They just figured that out this morning, so they can cross them off the list. Julio is headed to Tennessee. Then you go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They need to add another tight end. Everyone's depending on Tim Tebow to kind of be that George Kittle, Travis Kelce type of guy, and we just don't even know if he can play the position, so they need to figure that out. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, they need to figure out Lamar Jackson's extension before he comes the new Dak Prescott. And then for Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott, find a veteran or a quarterback to back him up, kind of teach him a little bit more, kind of be that secure safety blanket for us in Dallas, man. So I don't know. What do you guys think is, because they didn't have the Broncos or the Raiders on there? We'll start with you, Justin. What do you think is the biggest offseason priority for the Raiders to get done before the season starts right now?
We're kind of checking the boxes. Like, defense is obviously the main thing that the Raiders need to work on. Offensively, man, I'm pretty excited because you got Derek Carr, Darren Waller. That's the number one target right there.
Who's Darren Waller?
Yeah, Darren Waller. Y'all know Darren Waller is number 83, best signing in the damn league, besides Travis Kelce. But anyway, all right, so see, you got me all fucked up here. My bad. All right, so anyway, what I'm saying, so we got John Brown, you got Willie Snead, you got Hunter Renfrow, you got Henry Ruggs. You got all these guys who aren't like the guy, but one of them this year, I guarantee, will be the guy. Like he'll be the leading receiver, all that. So offensively, I think that we're okay. Defensively, I still think that there's a couple pieces we need to put together. We got Casey Hayward, the Chargers DB. He's a solid DB to add some veteranism to our backfield. And then we also got Carl Joseph. So right now, I think Raiders are taking care of business, so I don't really think we need to do what I think that we need to do in the offseason is being done. So I'm kind of happy.
Nice. Well taken. Swinging it to you, Tony, just because I feel like I know what Jello's going to say. He's going to be like, our only offseason moves to get Aaron Rodgers. But we'll let him answer that last. Tony, swinging it to you, what do you think is the Denver Broncos' last offseason or most important offseason move that they need to make before the 2021 season starts?
Something that nobody's talking about and nobody ever takes seriously here in Denver. It pisses me off. We need an offensive line. We need to have the best offensive line in the NFL. Like, I'm not playing around with them anymore. I'm getting very irritated with my Denver Broncos because we don't do what it takes to get an offensive line to protect these quarterbacks that cannot develop because they're under pressure nonstop. Every play, they drop back. There's a 6'7", 290-pound man right in front of them. You can't develop if you're being rushed like that. So I want to see the Broncos develop an offensive line so we can get our run game going and we can develop our young guys.
Nate the Great says, thank you. I think he completely agrees with you. He thinks the Denver Broncos need to get an offensive line, agreeing with Tony. Going on to the next chat, Tim Hendricks, they need the Colts O-line, and it took a lot for the Colts to get there. That's what Tony's saying is it starts from one draft year to the next, to free agency, to the next, and then 5 years later, you magically have the best offensive line in football. But you have the best offensive line in 2020. It started in 2014. That's where that whole process started. You know what I'm saying? You have it here in 2022, 2021, 2022. That whole process for the Colts started back in 2017.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're developing our lines.
Denver keeps drafting left tackles. They only draft tackles. The inside of our line is a bunch of JV high school players. They drafted guards.
Oh, this year you dropped the dude with his belly out all the time.
Well, no, and in 2019.
Okay, this year is an except. This year's
the pick before Drew Lock. We drafted the guard in. I just forgot what his name is.
Does he play?
But where is he now? But where is he now?
Here in Denver, starting.
What about the dude that just got cut for tearing his ACL?
Juwan James.
Yeah.
So Juwan James, but that was a tackle we picked up. That was a mistake, and Deshaun Hamilton's out.
He didn't, and Juwan James never played, right? He only played like
two games. Two
games, yeah.
Broncos fans need to listen to my man Tim Hendricks down below. He's saying patience.
Well, so this is what I'm saying, and that's what we've had. So look at Garrett Bowles.
It's frustrating because every time I see us take a. Go ahead, Jello.
All right, he went from 34th in his position, Garrett Bowles last year, to moving up to number 3 at the left tackle spot and getting his extension. We put his money on the line. He worked hard, and he earned it. We have a line that can protect him, but you have to look back at our run game last year. We had an injured Phillip Lindsay and Gordon coming into his first year trying to develop with that team as well. We also had our number 1 receiver down, so there was also a new thing there with rookie receivers trying to work on this. Timing was off. Too much time back there. Of course, they're going to get him more. Of course, your line, we have to look at this too. The holding calls were down. All the penalties on our offensive line were down. But when you take too much time back there, of course your line's going to struggle because there's no way you can hold someone back that long without, committing some kind of foul there. So I think
dropped to Noah Fant before Drew Lock.
No, we have 3 picks so we got the second round pick, which we ended up getting Drew Lock for free out of that Fant trade for the Lion or for the Steelers for whatever to get Devin Bush. Because we got the lineman. I'll have to look up his name and pull him up, but he's a starter. I mean, he's been starting since he was a rookie there. So we are developing this line. We drafted another good lineman this year. But, there's players that you didn't have control of, Juwan James, so on and so forth. But that's a lot of money that's, cleared up. But this has a big thing, too. The Broncos are developing their defense, which they did well. That's why we have the highest paid defense. And our offensive so young, we have the second lowest paid offense because of how young everybody is. So we are developing it there. Our veterans are, Cortland Sutton, a 2018 draft picks, so on.
What the fuck?
What's going on here? Eric's about to be rated now for sure.
I was about to say, my whole tablet just literally logged into StreamYard and popped on.
That was weird.
There we go.
But just watch your line this year.
All I'm saying is it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. And I don't
It's a
want to.
big
I don't
deal.
want to pursue Aaron Rodgers if we don't have someone to protect him. I don't. And y'all should have kept Lindsey.
Dalton Reisner, thank you. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that.
Is that the D3 kid that has his belly out all the time?
No, that was the 2019 draft pick.
2019.
Yeah, he was looking good too.
That boy. I mean,
dude, he's got a belly, but I mean, he knows how to play offensive line. But you have some underrated kids in this draft. So
yeah, he's D3, so no hate on him because we're all D2 kids, but D3. We'll see how it transfers over into the NFL. I think it'll be interesting. One class little NFL topic before we get into the games of the day and then get on out of here. Wanted to talk about 8 NFL free agents who we can't believe that haven't found homes yet, man. Starting off with Todd Gurley, running back. He's still a free agent out there floating around, has no one signed him. Next, Richard Sherman. We all knew that. He's been kind of getting involved in a lot of other things outside of football. We'll see what happens. KJ Wright, linebacker. No one signed him. Then you got Malik Hooker, safety. I'm really surprised he's not signed. But
that's a big one.
That's what I'm saying. Justin Houston, edge. And then you come over to Morgan Moses, another right tackle that's not signed. And then you have Steven Nelson, who is also not signed. And then the last one on the list is Rashad Breeland, man. Did he?
To the Vikings, Breeland.
Oh, Vikings. Okay, Rashad Breeland did get signed. So let me ask you, Jello, we'll start with you, man. Which one do you think is the most surprising free agent that doesn't have a home yet?
Gurley's not surprising with his low performance in Atlanta last year. I think the Falcons are just really looking to pick it up. But I think Malik Hooker's the biggest one there. I mean, that's another underrated guy people keep sleeping on, but that's a position that's needed by so many teams. Look at the Broncos, for example, why we picked up so many people in that position. Because nowadays, you're trying to find these guys that can guard receivers and tight ends. It's that weird thing now where tight ends are becoming that bigger position. So, I think that's a big thing there with Hooker, though. Is just like, what team will he end up on? I think he would be good for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's a position they definitely struggle with, and I think that's a team they need. I saw Todd Gurley about the whole Detroit Lions thing, but I think
the Lions have too many running backs right now.
Well, and that's the biggest thing. AP hasn't re-signed. He was talking about the Bucs. They have Kerryon Johnson, not really a factor. They have DeAndre Swift. I think DeAndre Swift and Gurley would be a good matchup now that they have Penei Sewell.
They just signed Rakeem Boyd from Last Chance U.
Rakeem Boyd? I don't know who that is, so I'll just I don't watch Last Chance U a lot. I watched it a little bit when we were in college, but I mean, outside of that,
so
I don't think
you gotta watch it, man. It's a good show.
You know who Coach Jason Brown is?
No.
What's up, Stinker Butt? Yeah, we definitely do. But Tony, which one do you think is the most surprising?
Houston.
Justin Houston?
Yeah.
He's old.
I mean, Tim just said it in the comments. He's pissed that they didn't re-sign him. Just because he's old doesn't mean he's not a good big body that doesn't get pushed around.
I guess you're right. Justin, who do you think is the most
There's
surprising?
a lot of teams that could use him instead of what they're working with.
I mean, I think most of these guys will get picked up, if not all of them. I mean, Steve Nelson, I don't know.
Richard Sherman's not getting picked up.
Richard Sherman's going to a team.
No, he's not.
I think he retires. I think
he's done.
He would be re-signed by now if he really wanted it.
That's my whole point. Yeah, Richard Sherman would be already signed.
The two that you popped up, I was an advocate for the Raiders to get. We needed another running back in with the Raiders. We have Josh Jacobs, and then they went out and got Kenyon Drake. So I was like, okay, so we don't need Todd Gurley. But I would like Todd Gurley as kind of a backup to Jacobs. So that being said, I think he goes either, maybe to the Lions, because they got Swell. They need to find a guy out there, right?
Yeah, they do.
So that's pretty surprising that nobody's picked up Todd Gurley, being the seasons that he's had before this last one. This realistically, I think maybe his first season and what is he like, this fourth year? So maybe his first season and then this last season.
He's in his sixth year.
Yeah, so I guess you could say like Todd Gurley has had a career though, like a good career. He's a good running back. I would say he's a good person to have on your roster. So somebody's got to pick him up eventually.
And I think a lot with these free agents is how much money do they want. I think that's a big thing why they might not be re-signed at this point. Especially with the 8% decrease in the cap space. So, which is crazy because the cap space is going up like $35 million for next year. But
I was about to say it's going to go right back up next year, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
These guys aren't re-signed. They don't want to take that money. They want this amount of money, and no team's willing to pay them because they don't. No one. I mean, you got to look at it. Was it Green Bay, Rams? All of them have like negative 53 million cap space or whatever.
Yeah, still down.
A lot of these teams aren't willing to pay for these players now, so they have to try to take a pay cut, which they don't want to do, so on and so forth. So.
People are goofy, man. It just is what it is. I do have a quick fact for you guys before we get into our ending promotions and get you guys on to the rest of your Sundays with your families, with your girls, with your friends, doing what you're doing. But I do want to pop these up for you real fast. Bill Belichick's dad played for the Detroit Lions in 1941, if you guys didn't know. But how he got there is pretty wild, man. So Steve Belichick played fullback at Western Reserve, now Case Western, from 1938 to 1940. After graduating, he took a job with the Lions as an equipment manager, and this is where the story gets wacky, man. This is where the story gets really interesting. As the Lions struggled, Belichick reportedly told head coach Bill Edwards, "I can do better than most of you guys, or most of the guys that you've got." Coach Edwards said, "All right," and signed him to, signed the team's equipment manager to the roster. Belichick played pretty well, honestly. In his lone NFL season, he had 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 punt return touchdown, and 1 interceptions, and that is not too bad for an equipment manager, if I do not say so myself. Moving on to the last one. After a stint in the NFL, Belichick served in the United States Navy during World War II. Following his military career, he became one of the top coaches and scouts in football, enjoying a 30-year career with the Navy football team, man. So just wanted to go ahead and bring a little fun fact into your guys' lives, kind of throw that out there and just see what you guys had to say on that one. But what do you guys have to say before I go ahead and promote the $1,000 showdown and we bounce out of here?
Ooh, let me go first.
Go ahead, Tony.
All right, so I want to take predictions for Floyd versus Logan Paul. Justin, let me hear it. You're going first.
Yo. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, okay, there we go. I was like off the screen or something. I don't know if you bumped me off. You were too?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, now that we're back, yeah, man, let's talk about it. Logan Paul versus Mayweather. First of all, I'm just gonna go into how I really want this to go down. I want Mayweather to toy with him for 3 rounds. That's it, 3 rounds. The 4th round, I want Mayweather to clock him with a bad liver, body, hard, real boxing shot. Boom, right to the gut, and he's gonna drop to his knee, and they're gonna count to 10, and that's it. You know, I don't know what because it's knockouts only, but that's a damn knockout. You know what I mean? If you're pissing blood because Floyd Mayweather got you in the damn adjutum, you're done. That's what I want to happen, man. I want him to fucking boom, just hit him so hard in the gut that he just throws up everywhere. All the fans freaking lays down like or this like think I'm a boxing type talk. Like I get it. These guys are specimens like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, you can't knock them. Like they're big, they're athletic, they're smart, they got money, their marketing's like off the chain. Like you can't be mad at these guys for what they're doing, right? But one thing you can hope for is that Floyd Mayweather hits him right in the jujutsu.
It's him right in the jujutsu. Love it.
So what day is this fight?
Tonight.
So I'm gonna swing it.
Tonight.
Wait, the Floyd and the Paul fight is tonight?
Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay. All right. Then when they make
8
Paul's
p.m.
fight,
Eastern.
it's gonna have tonight's date on it. Is the day he died? Because Floyd's just gonna come out here. You know, Floyd's gonna be like Larry Bird when he played basketball. I'm just gonna play with just my offhand, and I'm still gonna destroy you. You know, he's gonna come out here like, man, this man's gonna be wearing blow-up gloves, big old giant, plastic blow-up gloves that little kids play with, and still is going to knock him out. Paul has no chance. Paul is a goofy dude who got his money for being a total dumbass in the end of it. So I mean, he's going to get what he deserves, and it's going to be great. And for the rest of our lives, we get to say Paul's a little bitch. So,
Yeah.
Floyd's no, it's not 3 rounds. Floyd's going to come out. They're going to tap gloves. Floyd's going to kick once, and he's done. He fought Nate Robinson. Like, you got to look at the.
Well, hold on. You're talking about Jake now.
Sorry, Logan Paul was the one who lost to KSI.
Yeah, one fight. That's what I'm saying. 0-1 about Jake. Another YouTuber.
This is Logan Paul.
Logan lost to KSI. That's what I was sorry. I brought up the wrong name. I didn't mean to say Nate. I meant to say KSI. So he lost to KSI, which I love because KSI that one was great. So you can't. The two brothers in total don't like to fight real fighters because they know real fighters. So this is the first time they got to go up with somebody that really is a Hall of Famer in this sport at that point.
And Jello, mind you, we haven't talked about it a lot, but Jake Paul just booked a fight against Tyron Woodley.
I saw that, and Woodley is training with Mayweather. I
mean, I picture Floyd's gonna knock his block off, and Tyron Woodley's gonna take gotcha hat his ass like a motherfucker. Gotcha.
Well, and this is the biggest thing too. Is just you look at because I mean. KSI is not a small dude, don't get me wrong, but he's not a huge professional like Mayweather is. So Mayweather might have a size difference, but this is the thing. Yeah, Paul's got longer arms, but Mayweather's got a bigger hit and he's better at moving and he knows what he's doing. I mean, Mayweather's fought people like Conor McGregor, Manny Pacquiao. You look at the guys they fought, and Mayweather knows what he's doing. Mayweather could be 80 and he's still going to win. Paul's all talk, no real grit when it comes to fighting. Where Mayweather's the exact opposite. He doesn't talk a whole lot, but he'll let his hands speak for him.
Yeah, and another thing is KSI, Logan Paul versus KSI. That's one fight. Probably, I think it was 8 or 9 rounds. Floyd Mayweather he has the most rounds in the history of boxing ever. That's 50 fights. Some of them went the distance. Some of them haven't. Floyd has 26 knockouts of his 50-0 record. That's not counting his amateur days and all that. So, it's going to go down, man.
Bring it to me, please. Bring it to me. I have a lot to say about this.
All right, Eric, go ahead. Let's hear it. Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
So, I'm going to be realistic. And I think Floyd is obviously the better boxer. Floyd is obviously the better businessman, which I do think Jake and Logan are great businessmen. Don't get me wrong. But Floyd has them on both levels. But one thing I do want to say is Floyd better not get clipped. I think if Floyd, and I have Floyd winning this one, but I think Floyd at the stage that he's at in his career, him doing this fight just kind of shows the goofy stuff that he's doing. Like, if you're a real businessman, I get you're making millions of dollars off this fight, but you're one of the richest athletes in the world. You don't need this fight to be successful. You don't need this fight. But my thing is,
Floyd blows through his money. Floyd's broke.
That's facts too. But that's my thing is you're goofy. I think him doing this fight kind of shows that he's kind of playing this whole thing like a game. Like, I'm just going to come out here. I'm going to make some money with one of the Paul brothers. I'm going to knock him out. It is what it is. But I think he'll probably come out here with that. This is going to be easy mentality. And I think I don't necessarily think this may happen, but I hope this does happen. I hope he's doing some of this cocky stuff that he does and puts his hands down. And I hope he slips him one time. I hope Paul slips him one time and just slumps him, drops him like a goddamn slinky. I would love it because the excuse around the world would be, this wasn't a real fight. This wasn't a professional fight. I'm still 50-0. I'm going to do a rematch and make it a real fight so I can be 51-0. And then he's going to take it serious and stuff like that. I just don't.
Right there.
I don't think.
How are you going to say, is Floyd not a boxing legend to you? Is that not your boxing hero? Because it's mine. Now you're going to say you want him to get clipped and go down.
I do. I think he's very cocky. I love cockiness, but I don't like it when it's like McGregor does it as a show. Floyd does it because he's stupid. Like, Floyd is literally dumb.
He's the best in the damn world.
Okay,
Floyd is dumb.
This way. I think Floyd booked this fight because he saw the disrespect coming from the Paul brothers at that point. And why I think it's going to end so quick is because he's going to show them, he's like, all it takes is one hit for me to knock you out. You disrespect the sport I've played for so many years and the sport that I care so much about. I'm going to teach you a lesson. I think that's why he took it, because one, he knows he can win. He doesn't need the money. The man still carries around $1 million everywhere just for the hell of it. I think he did it because of the disrespect at this point. It's one of those things now where he's at that age where he's like, these young kids really think, they're not even a professional fighter, but they think they can do this. Let me show them what's up. And I think that's exactly why they took this. I think it's exactly why
Jake is a professional.
Okay, he fought a wrestler, a 45-year-old wrestler who doesn't like to box. Jake
That's fine. I'm just saying, like, if we're getting technical, he is a professional. He has a certificate, and his hands are registered. And
we'll see what happens with Whitley, like when he really takes off.
Not though. Now he's going to be with this Tyron Woodley because it's going to be on Showtime and stuff like that. Triller is. You've seen what was going on over there at Triller.
If we're gonna get real too, I think he can win that one too.
No,
I think the problem. I don't know so much about Logan, and Logan's the one fighting tonight, right? Am I correct? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that's why I think Mayweather will win. I just think Logan's big and strong, so like don't get hit by him on accident. I think it'll hurt, and I think you may pay for it. But I actually think Jake can fight. I truly have been saying that for a couple weeks. Like, I get everyone's going to say he fought no-namers and all this and all that. But let's not play like that UFC fighter has never fought with his hands. He knows how to fight, and Jake went out there and made him look stupid. He made him look silly, like he didn't know how to fight.
But look how out of shape he was.
And
look how out of shape he was. He did not prepare for that fight at all.
That's his problem.
And he's not a hands fighter. He's a straight-up, like, wrestler.
He got sent across the ring. When I think about that, he literally, like, when you jump in the pool as a kid and you do like the pencil, like that's how he went across the ring. Like he got hit like that and was just like,
dude, he did that just for the money. He went out of the ring and
he was like
freaking smiling, walking.
Yeah, he was happy as hell. He was like, "Hey,
I got paid."
He's like, "My face isn't even bad, right? I was fake sleeping. I wasn't actually sleeping. I was faking it."
Yeah.
I wanted
That's
to make
what
it
I'm
look
worried
good.
about tonight. That's why as a person who bets for part of their income, I bet monthly for part of my income, okay? Do not bet on this fight. Because you're going to want to put money on Floyd, but it could be rigged. Stay away from anything to do with the Paul brothers. That is my professional advice to you guys.
I got a question real quick, and this is like a true question. Who else is fighting tonight? Is it the whole YouTuber versus TikTok thing tonight?
I'm gonna pull it up.
Or is that its own separate thing? You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Names. Yeah. I don't know if there's any other big names, but I do know UFC 263 is tonight, and Adesanya is fighting as well.
Tonight? On a Sunday? Justin, for real?
I thought so.
I don't know about
I
that.
thought I was seeing something like that. Justin, verify that.
Freddie Henderson, what up, guys? What's up, brother? Welcome to the show,
Freddie?
man. Kind of on the tail end of it, but it's all right, man. Appreciate you for tuning
I'm
in,
sorry.
bro.
June 12th.
Yeah, June 12th.
So next week?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Oh, yeah, we'll be covering that one. Yeah. Honestly, boys, let's go ahead and do a giveaway for a UFC 262 like t-shirt or something. 263. Let's get a giveaway for a 263 UFC t-shirt or something. I know I got mine from the Backshot Podcast. Hey, I love it.
Nate Diaz is back on that card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz, man. But let's just go ahead and take one final vote before we move past this. I got Floyd Mayweather tonight.
I got Floyd in 30 seconds or less.
No, I agree with Justin. He's gonna play with them for about 3 rounds.
Yeah, I got Floyd in the 5th.
I got Floyd. I got Floyd in the 3rd.
See, and that's what I'm thinking. I got Floyd in 3. I got Floyd in the 3rd. He's gonna play with them for 3 and then take him out.
I'm just trying to figure out who the hell Paul and Logan is.
Paul and Logan is, man. It's different, man. Bank Moody, man. I've been in and out all episode. Love what y'all doing. Appreciate you, brother. Love you, Bank, man. Love what you do, man. Appreciate the new song.
Yeah,
that shit is a hit.
Heat. Shout out you for that heat, Bank.
Tell me that song ain't a hit.
Yeah. That shit's a hit, man.
I got some Rick T.
But, I mean,
that shit gonna be on the radio.
My guy Bank Moody.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We'll get it out there. I know Bank's gonna do something with it. He had his whole producer come over and kind of produce him making that, and it took him a while to kind of get it together, but it was worth it. Well worth it, man. Yeah, so shout out to you guys. Shout out to Jay on the beat. Shout out to Bank Moody, all from the 719 doing their thing from the 3, doing our thing, man, representing us well, man. But we, like I said, we're talking about the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight tonight, happening later tonight, 8 p.m. our time, I believe. Isn't it Mountain Time?
Eastern.
So 6 our time, even better. I'm with that. But moving on from that, let us know who you guys got on Twitter tonight. And let us know. But moving on from that, let me just go ahead and play this fantasy football thing. We'll talk about it real quick, and then we'll get out of here. My fantasy league, 10 teams, 9 teams left, 9 spots opening because I took one of them. It is $100 buy-in for anyone who wants to play. Winner, first place gets $700. So it's $1,000 total. Winner gets $700. Second place gets $200, which would add up to $900, and third place does get their $100 back, man. So winner gets $700, second place gets $200, and third place gets their money back. No love lost, but it is going to be a hell of a good fantasy. We're trying to have a good time with this, and we're definitely trying to put some money in it, so I know people are serious, and so I know people will play it week after week, man. I'm the type of player that checks my fantasy league every day, maybe a couple times a day, seeing if there's any, grabs I can make. I'm a true fantasy coach, I feel. I'm not like these little kids that are out here cheating, trading their friends for candy and stuff like that. I'm a real fantasy player, man. So let me know if you guys are interested in playing in the fantasy football league.
Hey,
Yurdy.
Quick thing.
What's
So
up?
I just looked up the card and shit. Our
For
boy
tonight?
Our boy Ocho Cinco is fighting on the.
That's what I was saying. It's the YouTube versus TikTok tonight, right? It's that, and then the Paul versus Mayweather, right?
I don't
That's
see
the main
that.
event.
Who's Ocho Cinco fighting?
YouTube versus TikTok, but
Fights
Chad
an actual
Johnson's
boxer.
fighting Brian Maxwell. So that's going to be the first fight. So yeah, tune into that. We're going to see Chad out there in the ring. That's next level.
Hey, honestly, I love Chad, but I got Chad getting knocked the fuck out.
You don't know. Yeah, who knows? He might go the distance with him, wear him out. But yeah, man, Jello, I don't know if you heard, but we got Chad Johnson on that card fighting Brian Maxwell.
Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, I might have to go put
Like-
Chad
And
versus Cinco
that's the
program.
main card, right? Not the undercard?
That's
this
the main.
Yeah, this is the main card.
And then to clarify weights.
Okay, so the
Paul-
undercard starts at 5, right?
Chad Johnson.
That's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard.
to clarify weights, man, Paul stepped off the scale at 189.5, and Floyd Mayweather was 155. So that's a huge
A 30-pound difference, dog. Oh,
But sorry to interrupt, bro. Go ahead and tell everybody about fantasy football. I just had to let you guys know that.
no, you're good. I'm loving that, bro. I don't know. It'll be interesting. But fantasy football, I'm looking at it right now. That video was made about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And there was, I think, 8 spots left. Now there is 2 spots left. So it is getting filled. A lot of people are starting to catch on to the hype with this whole thing. $1,000 total. And you're not going to play fantasy football to try to win $700. Cough, cough, Justin. Justin's like,
Hey.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play.
I'm letting the league fill up, man. I played with you guys I haven't really played with Jello. I've played with Tony a couple years. Actually,
Yeah,
we have. We've been
Jello-
with
yeah,
for a
Jello's
couple
been
years
the
now. That's
last
what I'm
couple
saying.
years.
Like, aren't you guys tired of me fucking winning the whole time? I'm letting
Have
this
you
$700
won?
thing
Hey, are
fill
we
up.
doing a draft party?
I
Are
don't
we
know. I
doing a
think we're
draft
gonna do
party?
it. I think we're doing it via stream because I'm
COVID-
covering it via
COVID
stream.
protocol.
I don't know about COVID protocol, but we're filming it all live for the fans to stay a part of it with us. So I'm doing it via like this. So like I'll have my draft here. I'll be here. And then I'll have like certain coaches coming on. Like, what are you gonna do with it? You're up in 3 picks. What are you thinking? You got this player that you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna cover it like our whole little draft show. It'll be cool.
Hell
It'll
yeah.
be fun.
That's dope.
So that way fans can stay updated with it.
I'm giving everybody a warning right now. If you've been a fan of the show for a long time, you remember Drunk Tony. And Drunk Tony will make a comeback for the draft. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
It's an evening draft, so I don't blame you for that. I might be sipping a little bit too, honestly. Draft is gonna get real. But looking at it right now, the people in the league, like I said, there's 8 teams. There's my team, Goon Squad. There's Jello's team, Fresh Prince of Hell Air. There's Jalen's team. We do have another person that I ended up finding off of Twitter. I think his name is John Ross, which is weird. But he has a team in there. And then we also have my dad's team, Jason Zegan's team, Tony's team, Discount Belichick, and new joiner via this morning, Matthew Ryan Faraci is in the league, baby. He has entered his spot. He secured it, and he is ready to play, baby. So it's going to be intense. He said he's never played on Yahoo Sports. It's the easiest app to play on, in my opinion. So that's why we rock on it. But it'll be interesting. Like I said,
so much
2
better.
spots left. Yeah, easily. It's easy. Everything is right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be fun. We're going to get everybody in here on draft night. $100 is due 2 weeks before the draft, which I believe we still have 96 days before the NFL season even starts. So we got some time. You got some time to work. Go cut some lawns if you got to. Do what you got to do to get that $100 to turn in. But first place gets $700. Second place gets $200, and third place gets their winning or $100 back, their $100 entrance fee back. So 2 spots left. If you're interested, if you really want in, let me know. I'll send you the link and we'll get your spot secured. Lil J said, oh yeah, he's talking about me over there. And can't wait, Tony. Yeah, he said can't wait, Tony.
Yo, so let me make a deal with the chat. If I pull the number 1 overall pick in the draft, is Jay in the league?
Yeah, he is. I'm not letting none of his friends in though. Just Jalen.
Okay. I'll let somebody that's not in the league but is in chat make my pick for me. If I pull the number 1 pick.
Oh shit!
Wow, he said someone that's not in the league but that does watch the show in chat. I will let them make the number 1 pick for me if he ends up getting it.
What you trying to do, Tony? Just throw away 100?
I'm saying, I got control of the. I can control the draft picks.
People be like, take Derek Carr number 1.
No, don't control it. Let it happen.
I'm just joking. I wouldn't ever do that. I always put it on random, and it pops up 30 minutes before the draft, and everyone's like, "What? What? What? I have first pick." It's always goddamn Jalen and Jalen's friends. They always are like, "I got the number 1 pick," and they're boo boo. So we'll see. Like I said, 2 spots left. What's up,
The
Jello?
reason I said that is because I never get it. But now watch. Now that I said that shit, I'm gonna get it, and someone's gonna be like, Tim Tebow.
It's gonna be good, bro. I do want to tell people though, if you are playing, we do love fantasy. Me, Tony, Justin, Jello, all 4 of us love fantasy, and 3 of us are in this league. So let's take it serious. Let's have some trade talks. Maybe let's get serious. Let's get some team names going. Let's get some team photos going. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it fun. Let's have a good time with this year's fantasy football season, man. But that's all we have today on the Rick T Podcast, episode 7. Do you guys got anything to say before we get out of here, Justin?
Jello.
No.
Jello got his cards.
Okay, Tony, say what you got to say first.
Jello.
Oh, Jello, go ahead.
All right, so we wanted to branch out a little bit and just add a segment here, try to, add some more interest in there, and it's sports cards. It's something I do every day, day in, day out, stuff like that. So just something I was going to go over a little bit and just, get the guys on board with it a little bit. Got a few things here real quick. I know Eric's going to be a fan of this one. Just different stuff, that people don't see. There's so many people that are into sports that don't know the card side of it. And I think that's the biggest thing here, especially with how even athletes collect stuff like that. So we got this bad boy right here. Cowboys there.
Oh!
So it's just it's nothing crazy. We have the Ocho Cinco kind of thing. It's just they're not the biggest things, but the patches for that were off of game used jerseys, stuff like that. So
what? They came off this jersey?
Yeah, it's game used. Yeah, so I have stuff let's see. I know I got some other stuff.
Oh, he had a piece of Ricky Williams dread in one of those cards, bro. It was crazy.
Let me find it real quick.
He had a dreadlock in a card. It was wild, bro.
It's like Johnny Unitas cut auto here.
Oh wow, dude.
So it's just little stuff like that. I got something for your dad since he popped in chat. I'll show it off a little bit. Another game used, Frank Gore, when he played for the Dolphins.
Dang, that's hard, man.
So stuff like that. So it's just something we want to bring in. We want to have some questions here, stuff like that. I'll do a few giveaways later down the road with a few cards, stuff like that. So, it's just little things.
I got
like
a question.
Yes.
Can you get those cards just by going to Walmart and buying those football packs?
So actually, Walmart and Target stopped selling cards because there was a resale market for the products you got at Walmart. So a lot of them are hobby boxes. So there's actually shops. There's actually there's a huge one actually in the Springs, down there. So that's why I was going to talk to you guys about that show coming up on the 12th if you could make it. It's a big one. There's also a big one in July that'll be a nationwide show here in Denver. So a lot of it's just hot boxes. So I've been picking up singles and stuff. Just it's making money doing it that way. Different stuff like that. Just little stuff. Like I've just been picking up nothing crazy, but like Leighton Vander Esch, stuff like that.
Oh, now he might get traded soon, so we'll see.
Just little things, Steve Young.
Crazy.
Oh, that's hard.
Nothing crazy. Steve Young signed Mouthpiece. No biggie.
So there's
no biggie. I have his jock strap, but nothing. It's game worn, but nothing big. I sniff it on a daily, but no biggie.
Oh my God!
Are you looking at the score to the Atlanta Hawks
up
game?
At the TV?
Yeah.
Yes.
The score to the Atlanta Hawks game is messed. The Hawks are up by like 30 right now.
It's 47-27.
Yeah, they're up bad right now. They are smashing.
What?
I knew it was gonna happen like this. Trae Young right now he's like Jay said and Justin always tells me, he's the next Steph Curry. Like he just controls the game different than anyone else. Like when he's in, the energy is wild. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and can enjoy the rest of you guys' Sunday. Watch those games. Let me show you guys the games of the day before we actually get out of here. Just so you guys, if you guys don't want to watch basketball right now, I'll show you guys the bracket right now. That's it. If you guys do want to watch basketball, Hawks playing the 76ers right now. The Hawks are up 47-27, and Mavericks play the Clippers in Game 7 tonight or today at 1:30. So that's going to be a great game too. If you're not interested in NBA, go ahead and check out NHL. That's going to be a great series too. Looking at games today.
Avs game tonight.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yep. Avs game tonight at 6:30. They play the Golden Knights. Avs are up 2-1. Jets play the Canadians. They are down 2-0. And they play at 4. So go ahead and check those out. If you guys aren't interested in hockey or NBA, go ahead and check out some baseball. I'm not going to go ahead and say all the games, but go ahead and look at them right now. Games all the way from 11:05 till 5:08 p.m. So we'll go ahead and get those. Go Dodge. Go Dodge. Go Dodge. But that's all we had. That's all we have today on the Rick T Podcast, Season 2, Episode 7. I'm your host, Eric, along with your boys, Tony Cave, Justin Sanchez, Jello Rexroad. Had a great time with you guys today, but we are out of here. Enjoy the rest of your guys' Sunday, and we'll see you guys back on Wednesday with the Talk Your Talk Show, Episode 12, man. Peace.
Peace.
We out, Jigga. Shout out, Frankie.
Shout out, Jigga. Shout out, Frankie. We out. Yeah, Cecil Cherry, gang, gang.
I got some Rick T, from the field to the big leagues. Bang Moody from the 3, I'm like KD. #1 draft pick, you should pick me. You ain't considered the GOAT if you don't got a ring. Eric and Jello like Brady throwing it to AB. My team a home run with more stars than the Yankees. Now we getting cocky. Had to put my goals on ice like Sidney Crosby. No, they can't stop me. Got my swing on the back, put my team on my back. You can get all the games, all the stats, and all the facts. This ain't Stephen A. or Max. Too sharp to get skipped, and you can't dispute that. This a duck put back. If you ever take an L, then we gotta run it back. If you coming here for sports, then you never coming back. That's real, homie, for real. Was a 0, Damian Lil. Now I'm pulling up from the logo. Bang, making them feel. Grinding to get the deal, get your family in the hills. Get focused, put your work in on the court and on the field. That's real, homie, for real. Was a 0, Damian Lil. Now I'm pulling up from logos. Bang, making them feel. I got some Rick T, from the field to the big leagues. Bang Moody from the 3, I'm like KD. #1 draft pick, you should pick me. You ain't considered the GOAT if you don't got a ring.